Yeah, what's up? What it do? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go talking that boxing again. And yes, sir. You know, we getting ready for the weekend. Tonight we got a big fight. And when you come in the building, let me know that you in the building. Smash on my like button. Let me know you in the building. And yeah, we gonna get to it. And jump in the comment section. Yes, sir. Who we got? We got my man, Prize Fighter TV in the building. My man, DP Rocker in the building. What's happening with it? And y'all make sure that y'all go sub to DP Rocker new channel. You got a new channel. Put your link in the chat. Because I know you got that equipment. You know what I'm saying? You got that A1 equipment. So, yeah, put your link in the chat if you got your channel started up, DP. Hawaiian Punch, what's happening with it? Boxing matchups with Dwayne Freeman. Put your link in the chat so they can go support you. Salute to Dwayne Freeman, my man. Jay West, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Salute to you. Aaron L, what's happening with it? Lord to the Game Boxing Talk, what's happening with it? My man Kwame. And make sure that y'all go support my man Kwame and sub to his channel too. Yes, sir. Seattle Boxing Talk, what's happening with it? Mr. Paz, what's happening with it? Siobhan Reagan, what's good with it? Salute to you. Yeah, so you know, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about, and we definitely gonna cook today. We definitely gonna get it in, and we gonna cook on these situations. You know what I'm saying? That's going on in these boxing streets. So like I said, when you come in the building, make sure that you smash that like button first off. Yeah. Yeah, man. And my bad, you know, for doing the show late. You know, I had to go get cut up for real. My shit was looking rough, y'all. I had to go get cut up, and the barber was taking a long ass time, man. He had like 9 people in front of me, but I had to get it done. So appreciate you, DP. Appreciate you. Yeah, so you know, let's get it in. Let's get it in. So we got a lot of fights going on this weekend. I didn't even know Richard Hitcherson was fighting. I know that we got a fight. We got a Showtime pay-per-view card. We got the fights tonight for Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? And we also got the Fox PBC fights with David Morrell. We got a lot of fights. All right, man. A lot of people think I had a LeBron James, man. A lot of people think my shit was ball and shit. I just be wearing hats, you know, cause shit. All right. Nah, man. A lot of people think that though. Seattle Boxing Talk. Yeah, but yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like I said, y'all smash the like button when you come in the building. And yeah, so let's get straight into it, man. So we've been hearing Conor Ben call out Adrian Broner for a long time, right? Hey man, I hope he growing that shag out, man. If I'm telling y'all, if Errol Spence come in the ring with that shag, it's over for Terrence Crawford. If that nigga come in the ring with that shag, it's over for Bud Crawford. For real talk. If he come in the ring with a shag, it's over. Thank you, Sheena. Thank you, Queen. And salute to the Queen, Sheena. Yes, Sheena. Yes, and salute to Sheena once again. But if Errol Spence is growing his shag back out and he come in the ring with the shag, that shit is over with. It's over with. I'm telling you, that shag gave that nigga them special powers. When Errol Spence had that shag, you know what I'm saying? He got that shag. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is with that nigga with the shag, but that's gonna give him special powers. These niggas better hope he don't grow that shag back. hey, but let's talk about AB. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about AB and Conor Ben. Conor Ben been calling out AB for a minute now. He been calling out AB for a minute, and AB has finally responded to Conor Ben. You know, and I don't know how I feel about that fight. You know, I already told y'all I really don't like that fight for Adrian Broner, but AB is saying, hey, I don't need no tune-up for Conor Ben. I'll knock out Ben without a tune-up. I don't need no tune-up for that dude. And to me, I'm like, man, this nigga AB is tripping. Like, the nigga really tripping. You saying you don't need no tune-up for Conor Ben? Come on now. Like, for real, if do AB really feel that he don't need no tune-up to fight Conor Ben, or does AB really need a bag of money that bad? And I don't like to get into these niggas, you know, personal shit and what they doing with their money, but let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100, right? We seen AB in his last fight against Santiago, and that was shit. That was probably a year ago already. Since then, AB been in the hospital 2 times already. I know one time was due to, you know what I'm saying, alcohol poisoning and you know, his liver fucking up because he was drinking too much, right? Going on drinking binges. And this ain't me snitching on AB. He put it on his, you know what I'm saying, he put it out there for himself. For everybody to know. He put that shit out there himself, right? And then AB just got out of the hospital. He ain't even been, I'm talking about now, recently. AB ain't been out of the hospital for more than a week yet. You know what I'm saying? AB haven't, and Votes UK, salute. AB haven't been out of the hospital for more than a week yet. He just getting out of the hospital. You dig what I'm saying? So, with all of that being said, think about that. This man ain't been training. This man's health ain't even, you know what I'm saying? His physical health ain't even up to par. And you getting in there against a young, hungry, 25, I think Conor being like 25-year-old young, hungry lion that's hitting like a mule, explosive. Hey, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that because it's not good competition for AB. It's like, I already know what AB gonna do in that fight. He gonna come in there because he gonna be terrified to get knocked out. We see how AB fights when he goes in there against somebody that can punch. You know what I'm saying? He go in there and he fight to survive because that shit that happened with him and Marcos Madonna, it clicks back in his head. It clicks right back in his head. It's like he has, you know what I'm saying, PTSD. It's like he has PTSD. He starts thinking about that shit that happened with Marcus Madonna, and he be holding on for dear life. He do anything he can just to survive. But what he don't do is let his hands go and throw punches. So he going there against Conor Ben, my opinion, is he going to go in there and he going to go and fight to survive, you know? And him saying that he don't even need a tune up, to me, honestly, I don't really think he think that himself. I think that he's just like, man, fuck all that. I'm trying to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the bag. I need this money. He's talked about how Al Hammond and them fucked him over. I ain't paying him his money. He recently came out, and I don't know if I think I got it. I think I got it right now. I'm gonna read it to y'all what he recently said. This is what Adrian Broner recently had to say. Y'all listen to this. He says, I'm gonna be honest, man. I say this boxing shit, some bullshit, because at the end of the day, if you don't promote yourself, you're going to get the bare minimum. He says, if you don't promote yourself, you're going to get the bare minimum in promo. He says, I love Showtime Boxing to death, but they wait till the last 2 weeks or last week to promote a fight, and I just feel like they can put more into promoting. He says, He says he feel like that they could put more to promote. He says, I feel like that they could put more into promoting us. He says, that's why Eddie Hearn is doing good numbers and keep people satisfied. Because first of all, he paying and promoting the shit out of his fighters, and he don't have the best guys yet. He said he don't have the best guys yet, but come on, man. Stop playing. He said, stop playing, pay us our money, and help us to really be stars. This is what AB recently had to say, right? And if y'all really notice, Adrian Broner has been saying a lot of good things about Eddie Hearn lately, right? We say in the past, he said, you know, I'm going to chunk the deuce to PBC and I'm going to go over there and fuck with Eddie and them, where they going to appreciate me. Now, and salute Anthony Johnson, salute Sylvester, Rolling Red, salute. So basically, with all that being said, do y'all think that AB went, because remember, back when Eddie Hearn came on the scene with DAZN, right? Do y'all think that AB is now regretting that he didn't sign with Eddie Hearn, right? Y'all think he regretting that he see Rolling Red, that 40 mil with Rock Nation, he wouldn't have never been able to see fucking a fourth of that money. And y'all know why? It's because all the fighters that Rock Nation signed, what they go on to do? What did they do? Nothing. They didn't even get no fights. All them, so he did a smart thing not signing with Rock Nation, because he would have never got the Manny Pacquiao fight. He would have been sitting on the shelf. If he had a sign with Rock Nation, he would have been sitting on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So man, he would have never got that fight. He would have never got that fight. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Eddie Hearn, I mean, what's up with that? Like, I mean, I'm wondering, do he regret not signing with Eddie Hearn? I'm wondering, do he regret not signing with Eddie Hearn? Real talk. I'm wondering, do he regret that? Because I know one thing about Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn would have kept him active. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody that has the out of the ring problems like Adrian Broner do, he's a fighter that you can't have sitting on the shelf, right? He's a fighter that you can't have sitting on the shelf, right? Yo, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Hey, blacks don't shower, right? Don't block him. Don't block him, right? I'm gonna drop you a link right now, right? And I'll send you $50 right now in your Cash App. I dare you to get on camera. Hold on. I dare you to get on camera and turn your camera on. I'll send you $50 in your Cash App right now. I dare you to get on camera and turn your camera on. Hold on. Since we want to play, I'm gonna play right along with you. I dare you to get on camera and turn your camera on. Don't nobody block him. And my man Corbin Cartwright said he'll send you 50 also. That's my word. I'll send you $50 in your Cash App. And Corbin, he said he'll send you 52. Get on here and turn your camera on. I dare you to. Get the link and turn your camera on. I'm gonna give you. It's 3-7. So right now it's 17 after. Right now, I'm gonna give you to 20 after. I'm gonna give you to 20 after to get on here and turn your camera on right now. Grab the link, get on here and turn your camera on. Right? Come on, I'm waiting for you. And y'all smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all smash the like button so they can get my notifications. I usually don't go on at this time, but y'all smash the like buttons. Get on here and turn your camera on. We offering you $100, right? $100 just to get on here and turn your camera on. Come on. Let me see what time it is. You running out of time. So you can get blocked or you can turn your camera on. You can get blocked or you can turn your camera on. We waiting. We waiting. You got 1 more minute to turn the camera on. This motherfucker probably butt naked, sitting behind the fucking computer, fat, sloppy, sweating this shit, eating donuts, got motherfucking jelly dripping all down his motherfucking chest and shit on here trolling. My man Roland Red said he'll put 20 on it. You got $120 to get on here and turn your camera on. We offering you $120 to get on here and turn your camera on. You got 30 more seconds or you getting blocked. I guarantee you this motherfucker fat, sloppy, out of shape, got motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, sitting up behind the computer, butt naked and shit, trolling. See, he won't grab that link though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my man DP, that's damn near $200 you gonna get to get on here and turn your camera on. Rolling Red, what's happening with it? My man in that super chat, he said no cap. Real talk, he ain't gonna turn his camera on though. He ain't gonna turn his camera on. He gone, get him up out of here. One of the shooters, get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. The man talking about 1 more minute. Like I said, the motherfucker laying up here butt naked. He need to go put his funky drawers on and shit. Get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. And we gonna continue the show. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. That's how we do the trolls. Now, anyway, like I said, so Adrian Bronner, man, I know AB, it seemed like that he regretting not signing with Eddie Hearn. You feel me? It seemed like that he really regretting not signing with Eddie Hearn because Eddie Hearn would have kept him active. And real talk, we don't know what AB could have been if AB had been active. If he had stayed active, you know what I'm saying? We don't know what AB could have been. AB could be a lot more than what he is, a lot better, because he was, you know what I'm saying, fighting with the PBC. He was having to take long layoffs. He was getting out of shape. A fighter like that, real talk, you need to be able to babysit a fighter like AB because he got a whole lot of star potential. So you have to, it sounds funny, but you really got to babysit a fighter like AB. You really got to babysit it. Because if you don't, you know what I'm saying, he's just going to get off into a whole bunch of trouble. And he can't stay disciplined. He can't stay focused if he's not in the ring. I think that's what made AB so dangerous when he was coming up, when he was young. He was fighting all the time. He didn't have a chance to, you know what I'm saying, to stray off and do fucked up shit and get out of shape. He didn't have a chance to do that because he was persistently fighting. And when you persistently fighting, shit, you got to stay in the gym. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. Because one slip up and your ass is going to get knocked the fuck out. You know? You feel me? So, I don't know. I'm starting to second guess him turning Eddie Hearn down. Now, one thing, if he had been with Eddie Hearn, he wouldn't have never got the Pacquiao fight. But shit, I don't even think he ever got all his money from the Pacquiao fight from what he's saying. I think he was supposed to get like 10 mil from the Pacquiao fight. I don't know if he ever got all that money. And whatever money he did get, he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't, from what it looked like to me, he ain't doing too well. I think for the most part, like I said, even, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't get a $10 million payday with the zone or whatever that may be, right? At the end of the day, I think it would have been better for his life, his personal life, because it would have kept him out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? It would have kept him out of trouble. Slide and counter. I ain't giving that man no excuse. I'm just saying some stars, some dudes with potential, you know what I'm saying? You gotta handle them different. You gotta handle them different. You know what I'm saying? You have to handle them different. You just can't put them on the shelf and just let them fucking roam off. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude he's not mature like that. Just like some kids. You got some kids, you know what I'm saying? You can leave the house and you can trust them not to touch them. You can trust them not to do nothing. Some kids, you leave the house and they gonna fucking, you know what I'm saying? They might tear your shit up. They might throw a big ass party. They might do all type of shit. And Adrian Broner is like a kid in a lot of ways. So you got to handle him different. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle him different. That's all I'm saying. Joe the B says, I think if he would have stayed focused, he would have been on top until he ran into someone like Gary Russell at 140. Man, to tell you the truth, man, he took some tough fights, bro. And he did take like the Marcos Madonna, the Mikey Garcia. Like when he took the Mikey Garcia fight, he was already fucking off. You know what I'm saying? He was already had been fucking off a lot leading up to that Mikey Garcia fight. So somebody like that, you have to kind of baby him more. You got to keep him active. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep them to where they always doing some shit. And like I said, it ain't nobody's fault but his fault. It ain't PBC fault. It ain't Al Heyman fault. At the end of the day, that shit is his fault. You know what I'm saying? It's his fault. But if you got a star like that, right? And you know what type of character they have, maybe you might want to babysit them. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Dez Bryant, right? It's Dez Bryant. When Dez Bryant, you know what I'm saying, when he signed with the Dallas Cowboys, he had trouble coming out of college, right? Then he got into some trouble when he came in the league, right? And so Jerry Jones knew that he had a fucking mega star in Dez Bryant. So what they did is they babysat Dez Bryant. You know what I'm saying? They babysat Dez Bryant. They you know what I'm saying? They had somebody watch after Dez Bryant. They gave him a curfew. You know what I'm saying? They babysat him. And sometimes when you got stars like that, that's what you have to do. When you got a star like that, you know what I'm saying? You might have to babysit your star. You feel me? So that's what you got to treat some of these dudes different. B-Dog says, is literally no reason why he should be broke. I'm not saying the man is broke. I don't know if he broke or not. Like, I don't really know what his funds are looking like. And y'all get my likes up. Y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. I don't know what his funds are looking like, but I'm just saying I know that he's not doing as well as he could be doing. Joe the B says, I feel you. I remember him coming off of a rap tour, out of shape. He said shortly before he was supposed to be getting into camp. Yeah. And that was his thing. He was Adrian Broner. He started all of his training camps after that from the Paulie fight on, right? From the Paulie Malignaggi fight on, Adrian Broner started all of his training camps going into a fat camp, having to lose a bunch of weight. When can we, from ever since the Paulie Malignaggi fight and on, when can we ever say that Adrian Broner didn't have to go into a fat camp? When can we ever say that Adrian Broner was in shape, you know what I'm saying, out of camp and leading into camp, he was already in shape? We can't. I can't myself. I can't never. Ever since the Paulie Malignaggi fight and on, I can't even remember one fight that AB was in shape going into camp. You know what I'm saying? All the way through. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of that. And my man Renee Box Young in the building. Salute to my man Renee Box Young. Y'all make sure that y'all go sub to him. So, I mean, maybe when after he lost to Madonna, and you know what I'm saying, he was like, I'm gonna take, on his comeback. But I'm talking about leading up to fight a killer. When he fought Mikey Garcia, he came into camp overweight, and half of that shit was a fat camp. You know what I'm saying? All of them fights you could think of. So, yeah. Yes, sir. And y'all make sure that y'all go click on that link and sub to Renee Bashon. Y'all go subscribe to my man Renee Bashon. But I don't know. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. If you get in there with Conor Ben, it's one or two things are gonna happen. He's gonna get knocked out, or he's gonna make it a boring fight because all he's gonna do is hold Conor Ben. Every time Conor Ben get close to him, he's gonna wrap Conor Ben up and hold him, and he's not gonna throw no punches. How do y'all see AB and Conor Ben fight going? Let me know. How y'all see that fight going? If it ever go, if it ever go down. How y'all see that fight going if it ever go down? Like I said, I think it's either a boring fight or Conor Ben knock his ass clean out. Slide Encounter says, I think Brunner chin too good for Ben to KO him. I think Ben out. He said he think that Ben outworks Brunner. Andrew 100 says Conor Ben knocks AB out. Cortez Bowl says it'll go down just like I said. Slide Encounter said he think it's a decision. DP Rocket said he got AB. DP, if they make that fight, me and you, we got to bet on that fight. We got to bet on that fight if you really think that AB. Now, this is why I say that AB is going to fight to survive, because I think Conor Ben could stop him. If I think that Conor Ben, he hits just as hard as Marcos Madonna, or maybe harder because he's bigger. But I ain't going to say harder, but he probably hit just as hard as Marcos Madonna. Yeah, but so after the Marcos Madonna fight, AB, one thing he does is he learned how to survive. He know how to go to 12 rounds, right? Because he ain't gonna throw no punches. He's not gonna take no chances. And then every time you start getting off on him, he gonna wrap you up and he gonna hold you tight as fuck. So that situation, yeah, SWAT text. I'm gonna tell you like this: for everybody that's saying that they hope that they just hope that Adrian Broner let his hands go. For everybody that say that, I'm gonna tell you, don't hold your breath on that. It ain't gonna never happen. We've been saying that we hope that Adrian Broner lets his hands go for, let me see, since 2013. Let me see. And I'm going to tell y'all how long we've really been saying that shit. Real talk. Let me see. Adrian Broner fought, hold on. You pull up. I'm going to tell y'all how long we actually been saying we just hope he let his hands go. We've been wanting AB to let his hands go since 2014. That's how long we've been saying that. It'll be 2020. I mean, 2022. I don't know why I said 2020. It'll be 2022. It'll be 2022. We've been saying that since 2014. We've been saying that shit for 8 years. That's almost 10 years. We've been saying, well, you know, if AB just let his hands go, this fight, we think he gonna let his hands go. He probably gonna let his hands go. That's 8 years. We've been talking about AB letting his hands go for 8 years. It ain't gonna happen. And my man Juan Ramos, what's happening with it? Salute. He said AB was special. He says he was the most entertaining fighter 10 years ago. Shit sad. Right. It is. AB is probably the most entertaining fighter outside of the ring and inside of the ring. Let's see. He's top 5 all time. You got to think. You got to put AB up there with fighters like Hector Camacho Macho, right? Roy Jones. And I'm not talking about his skill level. I'm talking about entertaining, right? In their prime, entertaining inside of the ring and outside of the ring. I'm talking about the charisma, the all around, right? Entertaining, just as far as an entertainer. You had to put AB up there with fighters like Hector Camacho, Roy Jones. Let me see who else. Let me see. Floyd Mayweather. And who else would I put? And Mike Tyson, right? Hector Camacho. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. Yeah, I'm going to put Muhammad Ali. Hector Camacho. Because Mike Tyson gave you a different type of entertainment outside of the ring, right? So I'll say Hector Camacho, Floyd Mayweather, Roy Jones, Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying, and Adrian Broner in no particular order. And I'm talking about entertainers. You know what I'm saying? We talking about just entertainers. Because in AB had something that was different than the rest of them dudes, right? Only Muhammad Ali and AB you could compare to when it came to the shit that they would say and funny shit. Like, yeah, Roy Jones was entertaining because in his ring walks in like, you know what I'm saying? He was real entertaining in his post-fight interviews, right? But it wasn't funny. He wasn't a comedian. The same thing with Hector Camacho. He was entertaining by, you know what I'm saying, the shit that he would say in press conferences and post-fights and his ring entrances, his attire, right? But the dudes that would make you cry laughing and then give you entertainment in the ring too was AB and Muhammad Ali. Like, they could make you laugh. There was a whole type of entertainers, right? Like, how hard, man, everybody was dying laughing when AB pulled that motherfucking brush out. You know what I'm saying? Be doing all that shit in the corner, having his daddy brush his hair. And when he did the fake proposal to his wife and shit, his kid's mom. When AB did the fake proposal to his kid's mom. You know what I'm saying, man? Everybody was laughing. I damn near cried. I remember me and my pops was watching that shit. We like, damn, this fool finna propose. He didn't got on this, and then he talking about, can you brush my hair? I said, man, this dude is a fucking nut. We ain't never seen nothing like that before. You know what I'm saying? And even the people that hated Adrian Broner, They couldn't wait to see what he was going to do next. Coming to the ring with the chains on, having his pops, you know what I'm saying? Having his daddy brush his hair and shit. Hey, daddy, you know what I'm saying? Can't brush my hair, daddy. Come on. The only person that in boxing that could, you know what I'm saying, that was giving you that type of entertainment was Muhammad Ali way back in the 60s and late 60s and 70s and shit. Ain't nobody else was giving entertainment like that. The fighter that I could say that was close to it was the ring entrances that Roy Jones would come in with when you know what I'm saying, on the entertainment aspect. When Roy Jones came in, Roy Jones was actually the first fighter that would come in rapping his own music. A lot of people don't know that shit. Roy Jones was the first fighter that would come in rapping his own music. And then when Roy Jones came up from the fucking rooftop, right, came down with Method and Redman, Redman and Method Man was two of the biggest artists in all of music at that point in time. You know, so Prince Nassim Hamed, I forgot about Prince Nassim. Prince Nassim, yeah. But see, it's only been a handful of entertainers like that, just pure entertainers, and then they could go in the ring and entertain you too. And AB had that. And I think that's why AB, from just that aspect alone, that's why AB will be remembered, you know what I'm saying, 30, 40 years down the line. 50 years from now, people going to remember AB just for that. And he never, and the thing about that is Adrian Broner never beat a top A-class level fighter. Never one time. Never beat him. But we remember him for the entertainment that he gave us. You know what I'm saying? We remember him. Hey, but Esteban, I guarantee you, your ass was rushing to the TV to see Adrian Broner each fight. You was hating on him, but I guarantee you was rushing to the TV to see him fight. And I'll bet my last dollar on that shit. So at the end of the day, you was watching him because of the entertainment aspect of it. But man, I just, you know, I always say to myself, I say, man, I wonder what the sport of boxing, how big the sport of boxing would have been if Adrian Broner could have been, you know, that next Floyd Mayweather. Imagine where boxing would have been right now if Adrian Broner could have done, you know what I'm saying? If Adrian Broner could have got to the level of stardom that a lot of people thought he was going to get to. Remember, people were saying, oh, man, this could be the next AB. Skinny Too Litty. What's happening with it? Salute. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Imagine where that would have took boxing to. That shit would have took boxing to a whole nother level. Because we was missing, that's what we missed in boxing. We didn't have nobody that was going to give the entertainment that AB gave. We didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have nobody that was going to give the entertainment that he gave. So, you know, a lot of the casuals, they stopped watching boxing. You feel me? Like, I had dudes that I knew that they couldn't stand Adrian Broner, right? They couldn't stand him. But they would watch him and they would fucking want to see every fight. And these dudes, they weren't even big into boxing like that, but they knew when AB was going to fight. They wanted to see what he was going to do. And that's a fact. And that's what boxing was missing. That's what boxing was missing. And boxing took a hit. You know what I'm saying? It took a downslide. And, you know, and we still need that. We still need somebody like that has the charisma, that gives you the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? That's funny. That's all of that. We still need that in boxing. We're going to need that type of fighter in boxing. We got fighters that can fight their ass off, that do everything in the ring that you want to see, but they missing that. Until we get that fighter, why you think Conor McGregor blew up in the UFC? We saying he ain't fucking, we saying he ain't all that. Yeah, he was beating some of these, you know what I'm saying, cool, not top level fight. But yeah, we seen how Conor McGregor blew up because of the charisma and the shit that he would say, and he would make motherfuckers laugh. Even though if you hated him, you still wanted to watch him. And one of the reasons you want to watch him, because you want to know what the fuck he was gonna do and say. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. But I mean, you know, but the truth is, for a lot of us that were, you know, wishing and hoping and praying that AB, you know, was able to hit that top level. The truth is that we'll never see it. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna happen. And it was hard for me to come to that conclusion, because I was always, you know, it was always, man, but if AB, if he let his hands go, if he just take it serious, it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? He is who he is at the end of the day. You know, he is who he is. And for us that love boxing and want to see boxing go to that next level, well, it ain't AB. You know what I'm saying? His time has passed, and that is the truth. But yeah. But anyway, y'all smash on my like button. Y'all smash the like button. Make sure that you smash the like button. And we're gonna let's get into before I get into the main topics, let's talk about this Marcus Brownie situation real quick, right? Let's touch on this situation with Marcus Brownie. Because, you know, on my man Fred channel, Barbershop Conversations, you know, he had this topic going last night. You know, Marcus Brownie and his, you know, and like I said, I don't really talk about these dudes' personal issues outside of the ring. You know, and Fred, you know, he had a big issue with Marcus Brownie, and he, you know, he brought up the topic of Marcus Brownie and his, I guess he got a history of, you know, domestic violence cases, right? With his kid's mother, right? And so, you know, I spoke on it. And let me read y'all the article, what it says, so we can speak on the situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to touch on the situation because he got a fight tonight. He got a fight coming up tonight with Arthur Bitterbeef, and certain people feel a certain type of way about his past issues. And like I said, I'm not the one that really get into these guys' legal situations and all of that outside of the ring. I stick to boxing. But let me read y'all this article. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here it is right here. So this is what it says, right? Yeah, and that's why I'm gonna salute Dundada, and that's why I'm gonna cook on this, because I'm gonna give my right, Fred and everybody else. You know, everybody has their own opinion on the situation, right? But I'm gonna give y'all, you know, my true opinion on the situation. But I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read the article to y'all, and you know what I'm saying, y'all could form your own opinion on the situation with Marcus Brown. Like I said, I don't get into these fighters' personal issues, and then I'm going to elaborate. So it says, boxer Marcus Brownie accused of violating protection order for a fourth time. So, right, it wasn't for domestic violence cases, right? He violated a protection order, and we're going to get into that. So it says WBA interim light heavyweight champion Marcus Brownie has been charged multiple times in connections with domestic violence involving the mother of his child. So let's talk about it. It says pro boxer Marcus Brownie, 28, was arrested last Wednesday for allegedly violating an order of protection designed to protect the mother of his child. This is reportedly the fourth time Brownie has been arrested for violating a protection order against the individual. In most recent alleged violation, Brownie is accused of pushing. He said Brownie is accused of pushing his way into a Staten Island, New York apartment after dropping off his child. He is also accused of refusing to leave the premises and arguing with the resident until she called 911. Right? So he was arguing, and she called the police on him. That's what it said. And then it says Brownie was later arraigned on charges of criminal contempt and trespassing. He was set for a $5,000 bail. So let's break that incident down. They said that, she said that she accused him of basically barging in her apartment. They got into an argument. She called the police on him, and then he was arraigned for trespassing. So that incident, right? So because we got to make this shit clear. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to bring the incident up, we got to talk about what really happened. We can't just say this man is going around beating on his baby mama and he, we got to break down the incidents for what it's saying, right? So in this part right here, this incident, it didn't say that he put his hands on nobody. It wasn't a physical, nothing physical was involved. Now, if it was her crib, right, and he dropping off the kid, yeah, he don't have no business going into her house, right? If she telling him to leave, you can't come in, well, he needs to fucking leave. Now, is what he said against what she said. I don't know what he said, because this is just giving her story right here. This is giving her story. So yeah, he should have left, but it's not, nobody put it, it doesn't say that she put her hands on him. He didn't put his hands on her. So, right, bam, let's go to the next incident. But so it says, so it goes on to say, in January, Brownie pled guilty to charges of criminal contempt in the second degree in connection with the attack on the same woman who was his girlfriend at the time. He was sentenced to 26 sessions of New York Batterers Intervention Program and a conditional discharge. The woman was issued a full order of protection, right? So it says the incident Brown pled guilty over happened September 27th, 2018. He says it was then that authorities say Brown, this is a different incident. It says it was then that the authorities say Brown choked the woman at an apartment they shared in Staten Island. Authorities also said that before the choking, Brownie kicked a hole in the door and prevented the woman from placing the 911 call. Now, that issue right there, right? If he did that shit, right? That issue right there, right? I don't agree with that shit. You keep your fucking hands to yourself. You feel me? Like, and I don't know the situation. I don't know his story to it. You know what I'm saying? I just know that what the 911 call said, that what she said made the call. That's why I don't speak on these situations, because unless it's physical evidence like that, shit with Kovalev, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit with Kovalev, that is an incident to where that's physical evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like he beat that woman up. You can see it wasn't no he say, she say. He said, I did this. She said, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. You know, what up, Pac-Man? Why is the second part of my head? Why is that funny? I don't even know what the second part of my head is. Let me go look at that. Oh, okay. Yeah. We ain't even start talking about that. Yeah, I'm gonna cook on that too. But yeah, so when it's physical evidence, like that shit with Kovalev, what he did to that woman, beat up the woman, right? Beat up the woman, right? Beat up the dog. The woman was in a hospital, had all type of physical evidence. Then we can really speak on that because we can see what happened. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no like, oh, well, because like I said, a lot of times, and I'm not saying that she's lying. I'm not saying that it didn't happen. All I'm saying is women lie, men lie. I wasn't there to see what happened. None of us was there. You know what I'm saying? We've seen a whole bunch of incidents where women call the police because they pissed off about some shit and they lying about some shit. Men can lie about shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said women lie, men can lie. That shit that Kovalev, it wasn't a lie because we see the physical evidence. So let's move on. Let's move on. So I read you those two parts. So it says, prior to that incident, Brownie was subject to another criminal complaint from the same woman. In March 2018, Brownie was accused of violating the order of protection by appearing at and threatening to break into a woman's house. It says the order of protection was initiated in December 2017 after Brownie was accused of assaulting the woman by grabbing her around the neck and arm and hitting her in her face with his index finger, reportedly hard enough to cause substantial bruising around her eye. Now, it says Brownie bought. Okay, so right, so all these incidents, like this is the thing. You know what I'm saying? This is the whole thing with these situations, right? Like, first of all, why are you continuing to going back fucking with this woman? Yeah, I got you, Tate. Why do you continue going back to the same spot? I don't know. Now, it could have been a situation, right? Because it's different situations. It could have been a situation. That's his baby mama, right? That she get pissed off. She got a protection order against him. Don't come back over here no more. I'm not fucking with you. And then they patch things up. They get cool again, but it's a toxic relationship. So they get cool again. Before you know it, they get into it again, right? She know that they not supposed to be around each other. Neither one of them is supposed to be around each other, but she want to be around him. He want to be around her, and they have a toxic relationship, right? And everything cool. They spending time together. They got kids. They, you know what I'm saying? They back together fucking with each other like that. And then all hell break loose. They get into it about something, right? Now, she knowing she got the order of protection, she get pissed off and call the police on him. The police come, they look it up. You didn't violate the order of protection. You're not even supposed to be around her. So him knowing that, that's on him. If the first time that she called the police, right? The first time that she called the police on him and got an order of protection, right? His tender dick ass should have left her alone then. I know we got kids. You know what I'm saying? However we decide to deal with each other with the kids, but I'm staying away from you. Once that happened, once she started calling the police and getting protection orders, you should know that, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to be around this woman. You should know, right? Even if it's true, right? If it's true, if everything that she said true, you just a goddamn fool, right? And you need to be locked up. If you're doing all of this shit and everything that she's saying is true, well, then you need to be locked up. Simple as that. You don't need to be in no ring fighting. You know what I'm saying? You got a problem. You need to keep your fucking hands off of people. But like I said, I don't know if that's true. I know certain situations and she could be lying about certain shit, right? So, and I'm just giving y'all scenarios, right? So if it's that scenario, but they, you know, she just get pissed off, she fuck around and get mad and she calling the police because she knows she got that over his head because she have a protection order. Then the police come and she like, oh, he did this to me and then they see, well, you ain't even supposed to be around her anyway. First of all, most of the time, if a woman say some shit, that's how it go when the police come. If a woman say, oh, he did this, that's how the shit go. Especially if you got a history and you got a protection order, they ain't listening to what the fucking man got to say. They're going with what the woman say. You dig what I'm saying? They going exactly with what the woman say. So his thing is he should have kept his tender dick ass away from her. If she called a protection order on you, you stay away from her. So whatever happened after that, that's on you. You knew you had a protection order against her. You knew you shouldn't have been around her. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about the overall situation. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, he did this and he did that because I know he did it, because he had a history of doing it. I don't know what that man did. I'm not the fucking judge, the jury, or the prosecutor. I don't know what he did. I know what it said he did. I know what he pled guilty to. He basically pled guilty to basically violating his protection order. He had to plead guilty because shit, you weren't supposed to be around her. So, you know what I'm saying? So when it says that he pled guilty, we got to make it clear what he pled guilty on. He violating the protection order. He ain't got no fucking choice but to plead guilty. If you there and you're not supposed to be there, what else are you going to do? So, that's his. So he's calling these problems upon himself, right? Once she gets a protection order on you the first time and calling police on you the first time, that's all it should take. Why are you continuing to go back over there? Right? So, and then I want to say this. Say that she's not telling the truth about the situation and she's lying about the situation. And I'm not saying that she is. She could be telling the 100% truth. Like I said, I'm not on her side. I ain't on his side. I don't know. I wouldn't know. You dig what I'm saying? So, but what I'm saying is once that situation happens, now you know what she's capable of doing when she gets pissed off, and she's capable of calling the police on you when she gets pissed off. Once you know that, you need to get yourself out of that situation. You need to you need to know, like she's already showed you. She lied on me, right? If that is the case, she lied on me. She's capable of doing these things when she gets pissed off. So I know this is not a situation that I need to be in. And you as a man, you got to be strong enough as a man to know how to be willing to put yourself out of a situation. So whatever criticism that you get behind that, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, whatever backlash I get, I'm the one that kept going to that situation. It ain't nobody else's fault but hers, but mine. Even if she was lying on me. Hey, you had a protection order. You kept going through that same situation. That was your choice to keep going through that same situation, even that you had kids, But like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know what happened. I'm not a motherfucking secret agent. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't spying on them. I don't have a camera. I don't know what went on in their household. So, that's how I look at the situation. And that's why I don't like to talk about fighters' personal things that go on outside of the ring, because I'm not in their house, I'm not in their household or wherever it happens at. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, and salute to my man Kyle, the boxing section TPS. And I didn't name no names last night, but like I said, some of y'all favorite fighter, I know one of y'all favorite fighters that is a woman abuser. I've seen it with my own eyes, and you know what I'm saying. I didn't seen it, but and I don't get into his personal business, but I don't fuck with him like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my take on that situation. And salute to my man Tay Jones. What's happening with it, Pac-Man?
Man, hello world. You already know, man. Hey man, I'm glad that you're touching on the subject though, because I touched on the subject too. And like I told, fellow people on my channel, man, I said if I can talk about it especially in private, I can talk about it especially in public. I talked about Kovalev in private. I spoke about Robert. I did a video on Robert Easter. So it's only right if I did one, not did one, but talk about the young man Marcus Brown as well. It's although, we're quick to criticize someone of our kind, but at the same time, what are we doing to talk about it and also help them up as well? Right. I spoke about, yeah, you did this. Hey, we got to learn from our mistakes. It's you may have been young. I see that it happened years ago and things of that nature, and you just pretty much got prosecuted for it. But at the same time, man, how can I help you learn from making these mistakes again? What do you need to do to make sure you stay away from her? Yes, you may have some connection to her because of your child, but things of that nature. But as an adult, as a young man, you have to learn the difference between understanding and prioritizing what it is that you need to do so you can better yourself, and not only better yourself, continue your career. Because once they go out the window, what are you going to do, Marcus? You see what I'm saying? So
right.
I actually touched on this part yesterday because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I seen an individual, talk so bad about Marcus Brown, or I'm not supporting this and this and the third. I understand what he may have did was wrong, and I understand that. But if, like I told that person, what are you going to do? Because you know certain people to get him on your platform, or even have legitimacy to even have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? It's not always, man, well, he did this, or he beat women, or this and the third. Yeah, we understand that, but what as your integrity, you know what I'm saying? You talk to everybody else, go talk to that man as well. That's one thing I was implementing. So I said, you know what? I haven't even spoke about that, but I did start off earlier this week, maybe like on a Wednesday, talking about Marcus Brown. And I know some people was unaware about what was going on with him, so I had to bring light to it. But when I brought light to it, I also said, this is what I would say to him. Not only what I would say to him, how can I help assist you so we don't make this mistake again?
Right. And you're right. And a lot of these young dudes, man, they just, they've been in the gym their whole life or whatever it is. They don't have no father figure, maybe, and they just don't know how to deal with certain type of women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have it. That's just the truth, man. Right. So, like I said, when I was speaking on the situation, we can't just look at it one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Like we was there, like we know exactly what happened because the article said so. That's what happened. We don't know that, bro. It's a whole lot of different scenarios, different situations that could have took place.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure. And we don't know everything, but but we did spread light, and I'm glad that you did touch on it though. You know what I'm saying? And even if so, you gave different scenarios. It wasn't like you was just sitting here bashing the man. You gave different scenarios, and I just, I want to let you know, bro, I appreciate that because it's easy to downplay somebody of our own color. You know what I'm saying? That's easy to do. But to talk about it the way you just talked about it and for us and letting him know, like, hey, it ain't right. I understand it's different scenarios, but it's not right. And that's fair, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, if I'm going to talk about Kovalev, I'm going to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to talk about Robert Easter, I'm going to talk about this as well. It's going to be fair all the way around the board, man. And I had to let you know that I appreciate that.
I appreciate that, man. But in Kovalev, I flamed him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I feel because we seen the evidence. You know what I'm saying? We seen that woman sitting up in the hospital. We seen her face. We seen the doctor reports. You know what I'm saying? And all of that. So that was a whole different level. Like, you know what I'm saying? We seen that. that's some stuff that you've seen in your face. So, so that to me, that it was two whole different situations, Yeah, so I flame Kovalev, but this situation, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't know, and that's just the absolute truth. We don't know. The only thing we know is what she has been saying.
Right. And it's always two sides. Like I said, women lie, men lie. You know what I mean? That's just the truth at the end of the day, man. Sure. But moving on, man. But yeah, so anyway, so that fight tonight, man, I'm looking forward to seeing Marcus Brownie and Bitter Beef, man. A hell of a fight. Yep. Love the fight. I love that fight, man.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Marcus Brownie to win. You know what I'm saying? I hope he gets the victory. You feel what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the judge, jury, the prosecutor, and I'm not God. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be God. So, if he did some wrong that he needs to deal with, well, yeah, God will let him deal with that. That ain't for me to be worried about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, so I'm what's happening with it, money? Salute. So at the end of the day, I'm rooting for him to win. You know what I'm saying? Can he beat Bitterbeef? I think that he has the skills to beat Arthur Bitterbeef. We've seen Marcus Brownie look tremendous in fights, like when he fought Badu Jack. Yeah, he surprised me when he fought Badu Jack because I had been used to seeing Marcus Brownie up and down. Sometimes he looked great. Sometimes it's like, man, this dude ain't gonna be what we thought he was coming out of the Olympics. He ain't really got it. I've said that personally myself. Like I've said, some fights I would see him and I'd be like, man, this dude bad. And then I would see him come back next fight and I'd be like, yeah, dude ain't got it. 2-3 fights in a row, I'd be like, yeah, he cool, but he ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Because when he came out the Olympics, he was supposed to be like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was supposed to be one of the next big things coming out in light heavyweight division. And then it just looked like, he just started getting in. And I think a lot of that was due to, outside of the ring things. And he wasn't fighting up to his full potential, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. And when I was like, man, this dude is actually special. When I saw him beat up Badu Jack like he did, he really put everything together in that Badu Jack fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Badu Jack, man, was a fighter that, to me, I thought Badu Jack was gonna beat him. I ain't gonna lie. I lost some money on that fight to a few people. I thought Badu Jack was gonna beat him because like I said, I had been used to seeing Marcus Brownie not really perform that well in fights like that. And he went out and he was in great shape and he put it all together. And he just, you know what I'm saying, he beat the shit out of Badu Jack. Right. After that, I was like, yeah, this dude, if he get right, this guy can be a problem. You know what I'm saying? A real problem. Now, like Money say, if his chin hold up, Tay, and salute to my man Drew Titan, LLC in the building. What's happening with it, Big Drew? If his chin can hold up, right? Because we know, not even saying that he got a paper chin and all of that. I ain't gonna go into all of that. But we know that Arthur Bitterbeef is strong as a fucking ox.
Russian.
You know what I'm saying? Like I seen the dude with a barbell. The barbell that you bench press with. Right. A full barbell. He had that shit in his hand. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing that with the barbell, turning it all the way over, doing all type of workouts with the barbell in one hand. And I said, this dude is fucking strong. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the things that and he builds his hands and his wrist up. Because that's where a lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's where some of your power, a lot of your power comes, the forearms, the wrist, and all of that. And he's strong as hell, bro. And so, he's dangerous. That it makes him very dangerous. We've seen that he knock out damn near shit. Do he got 100% knockout ratio?
Damn near.
Yeah, so yeah, knockout. I got you right here. if y'all want to grab a link, you know what I'm saying, grab a link. So that's what frightens me with Marcus Brownie getting in the ring, because I know I'm gonna be watching that fight, and every time Bitter Beef catches him, I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, because it can end just like that. But on the other end, Marcus Brownie, right? Marcus Brownie, he has the ability to make Bitter Beef look bad. Bitter
Yeah.
Beef is a lot slower than him. Uh, Marcus Brownie got a lot of boxing ability, way better boxing ability than Bitter Beef does. And so he's all around more skilled. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come down to, can he stay out the way of Bitter Beef, that power? Can he take
Right.
that punch and all of that? What's your take on that fight, Tay? And salute to my man Knockout in the
You
building.
know,
What's
I
popping? What's
actually,
popping? What's popping? How you doing, Tay? What's up, Keith?
what's happening with it? No,
Chilling.
truthfully, man, this fight can, to me, the eyes, like I said before, I'm an eyes guy. The eyes tell me that Marcus Brown got a chance to win, especially after, he missed weight yesterday. Um, and then of course the odds went from 11-1 down to 10-1. Reason why I say he got a chance, because of course we know he punched like a fucking ox. There's no denying that. And then at the same time, Marcus Brown, like you said before, he has these inconsistent fights. But when he gets going, he gets going. That motor don't stop. That's one thing I do know. Yeah, although he has taken an early loss in his, well, I'm gonna say early, but a light loss in his career. What, 2 fights ago, I believe it was. And with that being said, man, as I've studied him the last 3 nights, he has a phenomenal chance to beat this guy. And the reason why I say that is because, for one, Better Beef don't move his head too much off the line a lot. He's always in line to get hit. I actually saw a clip earlier when he got dropped in an earlier fight, and his head was on the line when he got dropped. But it was funny to me, it was funny to me because people saying, well, he gonna knock him out this, and third, which could be the case, and I'm not denying that. But Marcus Brown is definitely 6'1" with a 73-inch arm reach span. Of course, you got a 5'11" guy on the other end with a 68 arm reach span, right? So ideal, he's a great southpaw. He's a southpaw. And I look at the times that I looked at a lot of Earl Spence Jr. Film. I looked at a lot of Charlo film. The reason why I did that, because now we know he's with two-time unified champion trainer of Earl Spence and Jamel Charlo, Derrick James. So I'm looking at that and see what he can install and put into Marcus Brown. Now, Marcus Brown is already a hell of a fighter. But that being said, coming from the 2012 Olympic team. So you use that pedigree and you peel the pedigree that he's already has installed in Earl, which I'm quite sure he would implement that into Marcus Brown. So I look at those two different instances, knowing that Marcus Brown know how to use his feet very well. Not only do he know how to use his feet very well, he's definitely very elusive laterally, right? Off of being laterally, he definitely has the hand speed, right? He definitely has the hand speed. What people don't give Marcus Brown a lot of credit at is his power. He has power as well. May not be the same much as Better Beef, right? It may not be the same type of power as Better Beef, but he has power, and you can't deny that, right? So when I put all that into one thing and I look at this film that Derrick James come up with game plan, I think this is gonna make for a hell of a fight. And I also believe that Marcus Brown can pull it off.
Yep, man, I agree with you, man. That was well put. And salute to Money Brown. What's happening with the money?
What's going down, bro? What's going down? Say, big bro, knockout.
What's going on with
What's popping, bro?
Yeah, so man, that's well said. What you got on that knockout?
Are we making our picks? We just breaking down if Brown got a shot.
We just break it down, like know.
Yeah. So Brown got a shot, and he got long arms. He's a southpaw. He got a 75.5-inch reach versus Better Beef, who got a 73-inch reach. So he got a 2-inch reach advantage. The thing with Marcus Brown, he gonna be the more athletic fighter. He gonna have the better feet. He gonna have the better hand speed. The thing with Beterbiev, though, I think people confuse him with a brute that's only a power puncher. We're talking about a 2012 Olympian, bro. We're talking about somebody who only lost 5 fights in the amateurs. He had like a 290 something and 5 record in the amateurs, and he can box. He nice on the inside, and his strength is something that you can't account for until you get in the ring with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no at light heavyweight, it ain't no sparring that's gonna get you ready for Beterbiev like that. Like, it ain't unless you sparring heavyweights and big ass dudes. That's the only thing. But at light heavyweight, you just ain't used to somebody that's that strong, that's that powerful. And the thing with Brown, hopefully Derrick James can fix this. He seemed to like lose focus in fights sometimes, where he get like aloof and shit. Like he start admiring his work and he think he got more control of the fight than he actually do. And that's what got him caught against Pascal. So when I'm thinking about Marcus Brown, can he win this fight? Yes, but this is one of those fights where it's like, as the more skilled fighter, as a more athletic fighter, he literally gotta be perfect the whole damn fight from round 1 all the way to round 12. Because it's a fight where he could be winning. You could look up in round 7, you could be like, shit, Marcus Brown up 7-1, and then pop goes the weasel and his ass gets stopped. So he got to stay on his P's and Q's the whole fight. He is a live underdog in this fight, definitely has a chance. And he got the tools. I'm just interested to see if he can focus in and put on the type of performance it's going to take, because make no mistake about it. It's going to take the best performance of his career to pull this off. He's going to have the best fight that he's had as a professional to pull this off, and he got the skill. So I can't wait to see it. We only a couple of hours away, so shit, I can't wait to see if he gonna be able to pull it off, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good, great breakdown. Great breakdown. Money, what you got?
Everything knockout and Tay said. No, I'm with it. No, it's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. Look, I mimic everything y'all said though, bro. We all agree that Marcus Brown is the more athletic. He got the better skills, um, the longer reach, and he's a hell of a fighter, bro. Like that motherfucker got skills, bro. Marcus Brown got skills. It's just like you said, Keith. I think it was outside distraction that was fucking with him, bro, and things of that nature. My whole thing is him working with Derrick James, your first time going into a fight of this magnitude, this big ass fight, and y'all trying to get on the same page. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna be, because they get on the same page this early against a motherfucker like Beterbiev, who we know like goes at one no bitch. You know what I'm saying? That boy that was a bad motherfucker. And Beterbiev retired his ass, bro. Like he retired that boy. Like he physically beat that man into retirement, bro.
Yeah, that was
Physically.
impressive to me. That's when I was
Yeah.
like, man, this dude a problem.
I lost money on that fight. I took goals. I thought goals would go outbox him. Like, this Ukrainian motherfucking box. He's slick. He tall. Man, Beterbiev pressure got to go into him. And like Knockout said, he just don't just go like stupid pressure. He got effective aggression pressure, bro, to where he know how to work his job to get his way in, and he know how to like physically break your ass down. So with Marcus Brown, I'm gonna see like if his chin can hold up, if he can be physically strong with his ass in the clinches. You know what I mean? Get your shit off and grab his ass. Like, you gotta know how to work them European fighters, bro. Grab them, turn them, frustrate their ass, like War was doing fucking Kovalev. You know what I mean? Try to frustrate his ass and get him out of character and have him just trying to go out there and knock you the fuck out. And that way you can use your skill set against his ass instead of you sitting back and letting him control the pace. You know what I mean? That's one thing Brown can't do. He can't let Beterbiev control the pace, bro. You can't let him start coming forward and just have you on the back foot all night. You trying to catch him with big shots and jab him and shit. You gotta tie his ass up, turn him, and just, hold your ground there sometimes, but don't stand there too long. So it's gonna be interesting as fuck to see this fight, bro. Like, I think all of us up here going for Marcus Brown. I want to see his ass pull it off. It's gonna be a tall order though, but you got a good coach in Derrick James who do bring something different than what you had. You see him working with your 2012 a partner Earl Spence. You know they friends, so they got some type of I ain't gonna say they got some type of chemistry, but Earl and Brown do. So he looked like he's an easy fit with Derrick James. Derrick James say he's a hell of a talented kid, and like I say, sometimes you just need a different coach to bring something different out of you. It's just gonna be, could y'all get on the same page this early against a killer like this, and Beterbiev, bro? You know what I mean? When shit get rough in the paint, do Marcus Brown listen? Could Derrick James calm him down, like you said? Could he keep him cool and calm and collective? So it's gonna be a lot telling in this fight, man. But we know he was a champion before. He was an Olympian, so he got the skill set to go in there. It just gonna be, do you really want it, bro? Do you really want it? You know what I'm saying? And what you willing to do to go get that shit. So we gonna see if he gonna let his nuts drop today. So we pull it for him, wish him all the best, but he got a bad motherfucker in front of him.
Right. Uh, And y'all smash the like button. Y'all get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Smash. If y'all ain't hit the like button yet, smash the like button. Get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? We cooking, and it's finna. You know what I'm saying? It's finna get ugly in here. I'm gonna tell y'all.
What channel the fight come on? Is it ESPN or ESPN Plus?
It's on ESPN Plus, my brother.
Plus,
all right,
yeah.
yeah.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, smash the like button because it's finna get ugly up in here in a minute. I'm just warning y'all. Probably finna get ugly up in here in a minute.
Are we about to talk Canelo, bro?
What's going on, man?
What's happening with it, man? Give us your it's hello to you, man. Give us your assessment of this real quick.
It's a good fight between two top light heavyweight contenders in the division. You got the Better Beef, who's probably the best light heavyweight on earth, probably right now. He's a good fighter, but I'm not sure. He kind of slow, bro. He got power punches. Yeah, he kind of slow. If he catches Marcus Brown, I think it's gonna be over. If Marcus Brown could just outbox him a little bit and just stay away from the power, maybe he could beat him. But if he don't do that, I think Better Beef is gonna knock him out there.
Yeah. You don't. I mean, Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, it could happen either way. Like I said, man, I think that if Marcus Brownie put all his skills together and he's very, very he fights very responsibly, right? Because like Knockout said, sometimes he seems just to lose focus. He got to be locked in. He got to be locked in and focused for this one.
So who's training him?
Together, if he can put everything together, he can win this fight. But like I said, if he don't, he can go to sleep. To me, this is a 50-50 fight. This is true because both fighters got attributes that, you know what I'm saying, that put them over the other fighter. It's just which one can capitalize. So this would make this fight great. To me, this is a super fight. This type of fight.
I can't say it's a super fight. Come on, man. I can't say it like that.
To me, as far as the best fighting the best, you see what I'm saying? To me, these the type of, I don't care about the if you got a huge name and all that shit. To me, this is a great fight. To me, you know,
I think it's underrated fight that people are not talking about in boxing.
Man, it's a super fight. Like he said, Marcus Brown is a former champion, and he's on that level. So Keon saying it's one of them fights that's on that level. So to me, it's a big dog fight.
So you believe that it's a super fight, like like Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford.
That's the
biggest fight in boxing. This is a damn good fight, bro.
Yeah, it's a super fight, bro. This is the best versus the best. When you got the best versus the best, you can't complain.
Yeah,
right.
Marcus Brown not a champion.
He's a former champion. He's a Olympian as well. So you don't have to be a champion to go make a super fight. Shit, he's on that level and he's young in his prime. So we go see what he can do.
Right. And Coach, what's happening with it, Coach?
what's happening, brothers? How y'all doing?
What's up, Coach?
It's going down, Coach.
Hey, nothing, man.
Coach, let me get your assessment of this fight tonight, and then we're gonna go into the two main topics, man. But before we do that, let me get your assessment real quick, Coach.
I think it can be an upset tonight. I think that it definitely can be an upset. And Marcus Brown got a lot more. Just think about Bitter B's his competition. You know who he's fought. You know he has that European style. He's just strong as all outdoors. So if Marcus Brown can stay on point the whole night with Derek James' assistance, I think that I know they're gonna come up with a good game plan, and I think that we could see an upset because if he don't get touched, if he can concentrate the whole fight and don't make a lot of mistakes, he might even stop Bitter Beef. To be honest with you,
but is Marcus Brown a defensive fighter though?
Yes, he's a defensive fighter.
Could he avoid the punches that's coming now?
Right, he's a very defensive fighter. That's the thing about him, and he's left-handed, right? He's a
southpaw.
He's a southpaw, so that's a problem. And the fact that he has really good boxing skills, man. It's not like
is he better than Glasgow? The dude that
yes.
fought, who beat Adonis Stevenson?
Yes. When Marcus Brown is
on, I can't say that, bro.
When Marcus Brown is on point, when he is
I like
on
Marcus Brown. He don't got no Adonis Stevenson on his resume though.
He only lost one fight.
Yeah, but he don't have Adonis Stevenson on his resume.
but he got a Badu Jack on his resume.
Yeah, but
Bitter beef. You can't do.
Come on, don't compare no Bottle Jack and no
Hold on. What I'm
bro.
saying is you can't compare. You can't triangle this. Bitter beef don't have that on this. He don't have a Donna Stevenson on his record either.
Yeah, I'm saying that if we compare,
Just because one person beat another one, don't mean you can say, well, since that one beat that one.
Saying, well, but what is Marcus Brown biggest win? Bottle Jack, right?
No, he had a lot of other fights that were good. I have to really look at his resume, but Bitter Beef only got 16 fights.
True, but that's true. But was he also Olympian? Also,
both of them were.
Yeah.
And amateur is totally different from pro. So you know
those Eastern European fights, they stay in the amateurs for a long time.
Right, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't always mean that they're gonna do well. They got a lot of Eastern Europeans that don't do well, and they got some that do succeed. But we'll see. Like I said, Marcus Brown has a lot of skills. Now, will his chin hold up? That'll be the question. And we've seen Bitter Beef go down. We've seen him go down. So it ain't.
Did he also miss weight? Also, right?
Right. So
he came back and made weight, but he missed it by 0.2 pounds, and he came back and made it. But yeah, he had
2 ounces.
So Coach, let me get your prediction real. So you said it's going so we could go to the next move on to the next. So you said it's going to be an upset.
I'm not saying it's going to be an upset, but there's a possibility that could happen. It's a possibility that it can happen. Huh?
Who you leaning towards?
Man, that's just hard because, like I said, Bitter Beef is so strong, and I'm just thinking that he might catch Marcus Brown, but I'm gonna go with Marcus Brown. I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, all right, bet. Okay, so yeah, man, that's a hard one, y'all. It's a hard one. That's a hard one. A hell of a fight. I just can't wait to the fight. But let's go ahead and this next one, right? Before we get on the Canelo shit, because I already know it's gonna get, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get live up in here because we gonna have some differences of opinions. Before we get on that, I wanna get this one to Tay. I want to let Tay speak on this one, but I'm gonna read what Tyson Fury had to say. Right, this is what Tyson Fury recently had to say about Deontay Wilder. I'm gonna read some of what he had to say. So, Tay, you in the building?
No, he put his shit on.
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Okay. So this is what Tyson Fury had to say. He says, "I hear he's beginning to think about retirement. If so, we need to spend time together. We didn't take the enormity of it all after our third fight." He says we didn't take in the enormity after it all after our third fight, right? He says, "I still don't think we realize everything it means. Maybe in years to come, we will be sitting down." He says, "Maybe in years to come, we will be sitting with our family and friends and reminisce quietly about the fight of our lives," Fury said. And then, like in the article, he went on to say, like, basically, how him and Deontay Wilder, how it took a lot out of both of them, and basically saying that that they need to sit down and become friends and bury the hatchet and all of that. So, I'm gonna let Tay, give his take first on that because he is in the Deontay Wilder camp, and what you got to say about that, Tay?
Shit, my nigga, if you think that shit gonna happen, kick rocks. That shit ain't happening by far, my dog. That ain't happening by far, bro. I can tell you that shit is definitely not happening.
And what's Wilder's thoughts on that? Like, do has Wilder said anything about that?
Yeah, he says fuck him.
Right. And for those who may not know or maybe asking, like, well, why is he saying that? Or why does he feel that way? Let him know why he feel that way.
I mean, bro, at the end of the day, he said what he said after the fight, but he still feels the same way before the fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? He still feel the same way. there's no way you can tell there's no way you can tell me that there's no way that nobody can explain. I'm gonna just say this, right? So when we was at the fights, you know how everybody wanted to ask Deontay the one question. The one question. Well, why do you feel he cheated? This, and the third. You want to know why nobody asked that question once he finally started talking at the press conference? Do y'all want to know why? Well, the reason why nobody said anything is because the chatter around the press conference was don't say ask anything about the question because his doctor's with him. When they found out that his doctor was with him, they didn't ask any questions. That's why you didn't see anything. Nobody said anything from the press during the press conference. Nobody asked. But I bet any type of money, if they had to ask, his doctor would have grabbed the mic.
Right.
But it never happened. And like I said before, that was the chatter around before the press conference.
Right. Yeah, and so my feeling about the situation, you know what I'm saying? I'm elaborate what you said. You know, he like, you know, fuck him. It was fucking before the fight. It's fucking after the fight. And the reason he feel that way, like you saying, is that, you know, we all seen the glove, right? If that man really believe in his heart that he cheated and that he, you know what I'm saying, basically he tried to do anything possibly, you know, to basically put Deontay Wilder's life in danger. That's how he feel. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell that man how he's supposed to feel. Nobody can tell that man how he's supposed to feel if he believes what he believes. You know, if y'all got to put yourself in that situation. If you believe that a man, you know, went to an extent to try to basically, you know, end your career, physically harm you to where you might have not been able to, excuse me, you might have not been able to walk out of the ring, you know, and put your life in danger, that man not gonna want to sit down with you and shake hands and all of that shit. You know, he's not, so he feel the way he feel. You know, Fury saying that, oh yeah, you know, we could become friends and all of that. Well, of course he gonna say some shit like that.
That shit's a bluff. It ain't nothing but a bluff, man. You gotta understand, bro. Listen. From the side of my face right here, right? From here to there, if my shit is dead and in, and it wasn't like that before the fight, how in the fuck is it like that after the fight?
Right.
There's nothing you can tell me. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I feel what you're saying because, like I said, you know, if you know what you know and you feel what you feel, like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a man, right? That's just like you in the streets, right? And a motherfucker shoot at you, right? On purpose, he shoot at you or he shoot you. And then, you know what I'm saying? Then later on, he like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's cool, you know, shit. Let's sit down and let's talk and let's squash it. It's cool. We could be friends now. No, the fuck we can't. You know what I'm saying? No, we can't. And so it's kind of that situation. It's one of them situations. You know, everybody ain't forgiving like that. At the end of the day, and yeah, he want to be like, oh yeah, we could be cool because he's the one that did what he did. Now with Tyson, if the shoe was on the other foot, right? If Deontay Wilder had done right what Tyson Fury did, and the shoe was on the other foot, would Tyson Fury be saying, yeah, let's sit down, you know, let's have our family sit down and let's be friends? Would he be saying that shit?
No, man.
I don't think so.
You talking about Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man.
Fury. Well, I'm gonna get to you. We going in a circle. So, Tay, did you have anything else to say on that situation?
It's like this though, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, you know. Not only was it was multiple people involved. You know what I'm saying? Some people I would say at least one or two other people on Deontay's team as well. You know what I'm saying? I keep a close eye on everybody, but it was some shit that was said this past fight that lead me believe that, you know what I'm saying, when Fury was calling certain people names, they let me believe that he might be telling the truth on some of the shit that he's saying as well. You know what I'm saying? Because some certain things had happened. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, like I said before, that'll never happen. Totally would not happen. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly how Deontay feel, right? And one of the things that I talked to at the doctor, because we got the same orthopedic and surgeon as well. And when I was going to get my shoulder fixed up once we got back from Vegas, I talked to Deontay after the fight. You know, I talked to him maybe I think it was a day or two, no, it was 3 days after the fight that I talked to him. And you know, I was just trying to let him clear his head and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I spoke to his doctor and we talked face to face. And I told him straight up, like, man, the only thing that I was ever concerned about is, you know, the side of his face. He was like, nah. I ran the CAT scans and everything is good right there and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he knew exactly what I was talking about. So we had to keep going, you know, forward to it. But, you know, but my thing is,
Was that the doctor that he was in the PBC countdown?
yeah, Dr. Elmi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, but that shit would never happen, bro. Never happen. You know what I'm saying? If you got to go to that extent, you know what I mean? But you know, people would say, well, you know, like a lot of people had a lot to say towards me when it came towards the gloves, but I think the people missed the big part of what was totally being said about the gloves when I initially uploaded it to the YouTube. Right, the thing about it was that I wasn't even gonna say anything about the gloves. Right, I wasn't even gonna say anything about the gloves. They pushed me to say something,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when I said, man, they fucked up. Why did I say that? Well, on my behalf, I should have recorded from the very first beginning
Yeah, because when
when
we
they took out the gloves. When they took out the gloves, people would see, man, that shit was rolled. They were balled up. That was balled up. Normal gloves come overlapped on each other like this. Them shits was rolled up with a rubber band on it.
mm-hmm.
I looked at Don. I said, "What the fuck?"
I seen the video, man. That shit was
And,
crazy.
and that's what I was insinuating. You see what I'm saying? So people catching, they only saw what I had posted, but they didn't see from the beginning. And yeah, I could take part blame for only posting just that part. But when I initially went with Don, I didn't even know what we was going to do. We actually just went into the room and then they pulled out the gloves. You see what I'm saying? So when I did click on the camera and I started talking about it, because I did want to show Deontay, right? I did want to show Deontay. Well, that's when he started saying, waiting, well, you got anything to say about the gloves? The first time you didn't hear me say anything. He came back and the commission came back and asked me for a second time. So I felt like he was pushing me to say something. And so I
Yeah,
did.
because I did see that he was kind of like testing you and stuff like that, man.
Exactly. So the crazy part about it is what people don't even fail to realize because they're not using their brain. I know exactly what horsehair gloves look like. I knew they was horsehair gloves. That wasn't the problem. The problem was them coming out being balled up and rolled up. That was the problem, right? So to get in their head, I was like, well, shit. Lawrence Okolie just fought somebody with the same type of gloves. The same type of damn whatever they call it, the same type of gloves. His gloves didn't look like that. Canelo Alvarez just had fought in T-Mobile Arena earlier that year, and they had multiple UK fighters on there who fought in those type of gloves. I said neither one of their gloves look like. You know what the commission told me? Well, all the gloves that we get here, that fighters fight in this particular type of glove, this is how they look. That's a fucking lie. I caught his bluff right there, but people so dumb, they're not even listening to what I'm saying. If you go back and look at the fights with Canelo Alvarez, the people, not Canelo Alvarez, but his card, you go back and look at the card, the people who wore those gloves, they didn't look like that. The crazy part about it, I had already did my study on all of this before we even came. So when I said that, I already knew I had them in a bind then. And then that's when they got mad and started to say, well, it wouldn't even matter if if Deontay did come in here. That was basically trying to push Dunn to make a decision then, and rather than have Deontay come and look at him. So to be quite frank, is honest with you, Shelly Finkel, who I really don't fuck with, came when I got back to the room. I showed Deontay the gloves, and Deontay, the first thing he said, man, hell no, them shits fucked up. I told D, them bitches came. They didn't come overlap. They came rolled up. Down House came in and said the same exact thing that I said. But guess who said something to me? Shelly Finkel sat in my face and asked me, well, why did you say something to Deontay about the gloves? What the fuck do you mean? Why did I say something?
Yeah, that was kind of weird on me.
Exactly. So
Tay, well, why didn't he just say I'm not fighting unless they change the gloves?
Because they had both agreed to wear the same type of gloves, which was the horsehair gloves.
Well, did he? Right. So Tyson Fury had the MXs, or he had?
No, Tyson Fury had Paffin gloves.
There was the MX of their brand.
And Paffin Sports is not allowed in the UK, right?
Right.
So
here's the thing. The thing about horsehair gloves, he was trying to explain like it don't move. That's a fucking lie. It spreads. It spreads. It spreads up and down, but it don't go left and right. That's the thing about it. It goes up and down. So when it spreads,
is a punching glove, right?
It goes up and down.
So let me ask you this, Tay. Let me ask you this. Why did Deontay sign a contract in the third fight and not put in there he can't wear no horsehair gloves? All of them got to be padded up.
You have to talk to Shelly Finkel about that. I have no clue about that.
Especially after all the discrepancy in the second fight. Why didn't they say, you know what? We both wearing foam or I'm not fighting?
But you have to talk to Shelly Finkel about that. I don't know anything about that. Know nothing about no contract or anything. Now, what I can say, I do know from the beginning it was supposed to be a third fight. I do know that from the beginning.
You know, so if you're aware that they doing this and they did this in the second fight, the third fight, it should have been in the contract. That should have been put in there.
But see, Wilder wasn't the A side, man. He wasn't the A side in the fight.
It doesn't matter. It does. No, it doesn't matter, and I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. Because it was already the fight had already been through arbitration. He had to fight Deontay Wilder, so that didn't matter. But in the contract,
I thought the winner and the loser, they'd take 60-40. That's what we're talking about, bro.
No, see, you're not listening. That fight went to arbitration because they were trying to get out of the fight.
If somebody loses the second fight,
chill. Hey, what are you talking about? Hey, brother, boxer talk. You gotta chill, man, and let the man. You know what I'm saying. You gotta let people talk.
Once the fight was they had to fight Deontay Wilder. There's no way around it. They went to arbitration. Okay, once they got the contracts together, the 60-40 split is all fine and well. But there's other things that go in a boxing contract other than just the splits. There's a lot of different things. Ring size, all kind of shit can go up in there. You can put whatever you want in a contract. And I just wondering why Deontay didn't say, you know what? No, you cannot wear no horsehair gloves in this fight or them Paffin gloves.
But you know that Fury wanted to be a puncher in that fight, though. But he's not known for being a puncher, bro.
So
and that's the reason why.
Let me read this super chat real quick. Let me get to this super chat. And because we gotta, like I said, man, we gotta let Knockout. We gotta let him get in. We gotta let Money get in. Zenith 360. What's happening with it? Salute to you in that super chat, man. He says what Tay was describing. He said that Wilder has is a depressed fracture. He said exactly it is medically impossible with a human fist. Happens with a blunt object and auto accidents. The friendship request is out of guilt.
Thank you.
Right.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so like I say, that shit won't happen. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it like I said, it's just unfortunate. You see what I'm saying? But that you even had to go to that extent. You know what I'm saying? But people, like I said before, like Deontay said, they saw no evil. They did no evil. So that's what they would say, right? But it was quite funny how you rewind the whole third fight. You don't see any flapping gloves that time. But you see the first fight, you see the second fight. That's all you fucking see. But then you hear
also you see a more competitive fight in the third fight also.
Of course. So you see a big difference from the second and the third. Although, you know what I'm saying, D definitely, you know what I'm saying, was hit to me, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I believe he was hitting that in that same area which you threw his equilibrium off, and you know what I'm saying, really couldn't make it more competitive than what it was after the third round. To me, you know, I actually think because he does punch so fucking hard, he was able to drop Fury twice. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't really see the Deontay that I'm normally seeing. Like I've said before, I've seen Deontay take ass whoopings in the gym. You know what I'm saying? But not to the extent that it was in the second fight. And that's why I'm thinking like, yo, it's got to be crazy. But here's another thing though. I know people who has Shelly number. And if I drop that picture right now, I got a phone number right now who sent me a picture and got in touch with me, who sent me a picture, who told Shelly, text Shelly right after the second fight and said, shit, listen, check the gloves. Shelly never responded back. Never. But I got that picture. You see what I'm saying? But see, Stephen Cartwright can come in here in the chat and say, bunch of fools, your man lost. It's not about losing. That's what you get shit confused with. It's not about losing. Bruh, if I punch in your shit and I don't break it, shit, okay, cool. But if I goddamn punch in your shit and your shit break, nigga, this right here is the hardest bone in your body. I mean, the hardest bone in your face. That shit just don't break just like that, brother. So
right,
for
I don't even know who the fuck this clown is. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just coming here out of nowhere. I ain't never seen this motherfucker coming here and shit out of nowhere. But knockout, man. Let me get your your assessment on this. Well, what you think about this whole Fury wanting to have a sit down and be friends and all of that, and then I'm gonna move to money, and then we gonna move to the Canelo.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna be long-winded, man. It's very simple. Like in life, whether it be because of somebody's words, because of their actions. In this case, I'm sure it's a bit of both. It's just certain people that, and y'all excuse my dog, my doorbell going crazy, but it's just certain people that you just ain't gonna be cool with, bro. Like we all have them. Like it ain't. I ain't going out looking for nobody. Like I ain't trying to go shoot nobody or go fight nobody. But it's certain dudes or whatever might have rubbed me the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? We might have had issues back when we were younger, but we'll never be friends, bro. Like everybody ain't supposed to be your friend. And so when you look at what they went through, the fights that they went through, the stuff with Fury's gloves, the stuff that they said about each other, they ain't gonna be cool, bro. Like nobody want to be cool with you after all of that shit. Like miss me with that. It's people that I'm sure Deontay Wilder got around him that are like real friends and shit. I'm sure he got enough friends, bro. He don't need no new friends, especially somebody that he feel like tried to cheat him, bro, and tried to basically take his life in the ring. So I ain't got no issue with Wilder not wanting to be his friend. Shit, like he still probably won't smoke with that man. It's probably still on site. For all we know, he probably take a 4 fight with that dude, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just gonna always be that. And it's like that for all of us with somebody in our life, I would think. If you live long enough, it's gonna be people that rub you the wrong way that you don't never want to have nothing to do with. So as far as Tyson Fury, man, he a piece of crap. He's still gonna be there to me. That wasn't sincere anyway. He don't really want to be the man friend like that. Like he just talking and saying shit like he always do. So that's really all I got on it, bro. You know, I don't have no issue with Wilder and you know Tay on here saying hell nah, that shit'll never happen. Shit, I agree wholeheartedly, bro. I agree wholeheartedly. Why the hell would he be friends with that man feeling how he feel about him? That's fake shit. Like that's the thing. And then I pass the money. That's the thing that killed me in boxing and just in life in general. It's like we want fighters to tell us or to behave in a real way, right? Like, yo, tell me who you want to fight. If you really don't like somebody, let us know you don't like them. Tell us how it is. And then when they do that shit, when they really carry it that way, then we want to criticize that too. So we got to make up our mind. Do we want the real shit or do we want the fake shit? And the real shit is, I don't fuck with you, Tyson Fury. I ain't never going to be cool with you. Keep it moving. I'm going to keep it moving. And may our paths never cross again. And that's all I got on it, bro.
Yes, sir. And let me read this super chat real quick from my man Zen360 once again. He say arbitration enforce a rematch, not a new contract. So, I mean, sound about right. And happy birthday to Money Brown, Mr. Money Brown TV, man.
Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, he turned 55 today, so everybody, Money Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
somebody staticky, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who that is. Money.
Yeah,
What's your assessment on this?
man, I feel everything Wilder said. Like I said, I'm gonna keep it trail. I gave him his credit for the third fight, right? Even though I was still crying like a little bitch. Like I told Tay, I'd never watched none of them fights ever again in my life,
All
right?
right, Tay.
I get him his just due, but I swear on my daddy soul, God can kill me right now, blow this whole house up. I would never watch none of those fights. I don't care, folks. I would never, ever in life, not one, not two, not three. They talking about, well, man, I'm not watching none of them. It is what it is. But, Fury trying to, um, he trying to get some type of shared relationship with Deontay Wilder, right? Do I knock the man? No, right? But could you confess what you did? Because me myself personally, I still think he did something in that second fight, and I ain't gonna change my mind. I stand on what I believe in, bro. I really do. That shit was just too in our face to say nothing happened. It was just too in our face, bro. To see them damn gloves, how them gloves look, bro. I don't give a damn if you're trying to ride for Fury or not ride for Fury. Even when we ask people, even the people that want to go for Tyson Fury, things of that nature, right? Like I said, I give him his credit for the third fight, and he's a talented fucking fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. I don't take nothing away from him, right? But we do know these things happen. But even the people that try to stand up for Fury so hard, all I want to ask you is it a possibility that something could have happened and them gloves look fishy? I don't give a fuck if you want to say this, that, and third. And if you say it's a possibility, then you can shut your ass up on us saying if we feel like something happened or not, right? But I just respect Deontay Wilder, man. He's a real dude, bro. He ain't. I mean, what the fuck we gonna be friends about? Like what? What you want to be friends? Sit down, my family with your family. No, it ain't gonna happen, bro. It just ain't gonna happen. We know this ain't gonna happen, bro. You live all the way in the UK. I'm over here, right? I don't like you, right? I don't give a damn what you talking about. You can try to be cool now, but I promise y'all, if the shoe was on the other foot, and I ain't even talking about the situation. If Wilder would have won that third fight, he wouldn't want to be no friends with Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't want to be no friends. He'd have been calling Wilder all type of shit, trying to get a fourth fight. You feel me? And these are facts. This is what I believe. Now this ain't me hating on the man or nothing like that, because I ain't got nothing against his ass. But it's just what you want to be friends for? Sit down and do what? Down the stretch, yeah, we might be able to sit down and talk. Everybody grow. You know how they do. They want to bring in the champions. They sit down and talk about the fights, things of that nature. That'll be up to Deontay Wilder. So, I mean, I'm just with Wilder, man. So people gonna say what they want. I'm with Deontay Wilder. Whatever Wilder say, that's what I'm gonna go with. That's what I'm gonna do. Like motherfuckers gonna say this, they gonna say that. Like I said, whatever Wilder want to do, even in the second fight, leading up to the third fight, motherfucker, he fired the trainer. Yep, he fired the trainer. Wilder said he ain't rocking with the trainer. I put my little 2 cents on it, went and did my little research. Shit look fishy. It is what it is. But for the Tyson Fury situation, bro, I mean, they don't even got shit in common. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't got shit in common. They even be hanging out with one another. So, Wilder standing on his ground, man. He feel like the man did him wrong. The proof is in the pudding in the second fight. The third fight, like I say, I'm not making no excuses up or none of that shit. I gave him 120% credit. Just move on, bro. Just move on with your life. Fury go your way. Wilder go his way. You got big fights ahead of you. If Wilder want to continue to fight, that's his choice. If he say he want to retire, that's his choice. It ain't up to you to go tell this man, oh, you still got it, then you can continue to go. You can still be a world champion, this, that, and the third, especially with all the fucking titles over that way. You know what I'm saying? So, it might take me to go through hell and hot water to try to become a world champion again. Who knows what these people think about me now? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, he made enough money. He set out to do what he wanted to do. The man tied Muhammad Ali with title defenses, reigned for 5 years, rich as fuck now. Like, I'm quite sure he didn't even expect him to achieve what he achieved. You know what I'm saying? So could we say Wilder's an overachiever in this game? We could say that. But the man is going down in history as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Right? Can't take that away from him. He's standing on the side of greatness. And that's just what it is, bro. With Tyson Fury, maybe it's a guilty thing. You know what I'm saying? You know how shit be, key. We all know how people is. Once you wrong a motherfucker and you feel like you're wrong, you try your best to try to make it right. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's a guilty thing that's coming up out of him, bro. You feel like he did a good motherfucker wrong and something, maybe it's eating at his soul or something. So that's how I look at it, man. But a lot of people have their opinions pointing, oh man, y'all should just we can feel how we want to feel about the situation. But I stand with Deontay Wilder. He said, fuck you. I ain't trying to be your friend. Go on, live your life. Leave me the fuck alone and let me be. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hit the like button. Get the like, so smash the like button. We're gonna get into this Canelo situation, This Canelo, he just came out and let me pull it up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all get the likes up. Let me pull it up and let me see. Hold on. Well, he said a few things, right? Canelo said a few things. One thing, let's go over this, right? We're gonna go over this and then we're gonna move to the next thing that he said. So one thing that Canelo said, right? He says, this is Canelo Alvarez on people saying he's ducking David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo. He says, I beat the best at 168 pounds.
No, you did.
Then they say he's scared of that guy. He says, I don't avoid anybody.
A lot.
He says, mention a champion, they fight. He says, mention a champion they fight before. How many? Haters are always going to hate. Now, my thing, right, is I'm a Canelo fan too. You know what I'm saying? But I give him his shit when he deserves his shit. Like I do everybody. I point out when certain fighters I feel are full of shit and they lying. So this is what I feel about what he said right there, right? So as far as him fighting, right, the best. Now, if you want to go to 160 and 168, let's just go there, right? He fights better competition, a lot better competition than the rest of them do, right? But he's able to choose who he wants to fight. He can pretty much fight anybody he want to fight. The rest of them don't have that leeway, right? Now, could they still be fighting each other? Absolutely. So does he fight better competition than the rest of the fighters in his weight class that, you know, if we're talking about 160 and 168 or whatever, do he fight better competition than the rest of them? Yeah. Does he always fight the best? Because his words is, let me go back to it. He says he beat the best at 168, right?
Look.
And he says, let me see. He says, I don't avoid any fighters, right? He said he beat the best at 168, and I don't avoid any fighters. Now, him saying he beat the best at 168 pounds. He beat everybody that had the belts. You know what I'm saying? He beat everybody that had the belts. So for the most part, it's true. He did beat the best at 168 pounds, right? At 168, he did beat the best, but he didn't. He never fought David Benavidez, somebody that he said that he was going to fight. He said that he fought David Benavidez, that he was going to fight David Benavidez. That was his words. He said, you know, people want to see me fight David Benavidez now that I'm a free agent. Yeah, I want to fight. I don't have no problem with fighting David Benavidez. We can make that happen. And a lot of people are saying that David Benavidez was the best at 168 pounds. But see, one thing that Canelo have on his side is that David Benavidez, he don't have no belt. You know, now he did have a belt. He lost it on the scale, but he didn't have a belt. So can he say that he beat the best? I mean, he can say that. But now one thing is, right, for a fact, is for him to say that he don't avoid no fighters. Now, that's a fucking lie. I got a problem with him saying that he don't avoid no fighters because he's had a history of going around certain fighters. Now, he do got a hell of a resume. So we're not going to get it twisted and act like the man don't fight nobody and him got a hell of a resume. But he does avoid certain fighters. Demetrius Andrade, he avoided Demetrius Andrade. And the reason I say he avoided him is just like I said before. When he had his chance to give a valid reason on why he never fought Demetrius Andrade at 154 or 160, and Demetrius was the only fighter left for him to become undisputed, right? He couldn't give a valid excuse. His excuse was he's a horrible fighter. He's a horrible fighter. Get Michael Roy Jr. up out of here. Get his ass. I don't even know why y'all let him sit here and scroll the chat and type it. Get his fucking ass up out of here. If y'all see that shit, get him up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like I said, when you got when he sit up there and say some shit like that, right? He's sitting up there and saying, when he's sitting up there saying shit like, oh, I've never avoided a fighter. Well, yeah, you have. You got a history. Like I said, one fighter is Demetrius Andrade. His excuse for Demetrius Andrade was, he's a horrible fighter. He's a horrible fighter. Bro, it's fighters all down your resume that's much worse than Demetrius Andrade. So that's not a valid excuse why you don't want to fight that man, why you never fought that man. He's a horrible fighter. Because we all can name some fighters that are actual horrible fighters on Canelo's resume, and Demetrius Andrade runs circles around it. Now, if you want to say, well, Demetrius Andrade ain't fought nobody, he ain't got no name. Well, we can name fighters, plenty of fighters on Canelo Alvarez's resume, right? Even as of recently, that never fought nobody, that don't have no fucking name. You feel me? So he can't sit up here and say the reason he ain't fought Demetrius Andrade is because he's a horrible fighter. That's a fucking lie. You avoided that man, you know? David Benavidez, a lot of people say, even though that I think that he'll beat David Benavidez, that's my personal opinion. Don't mean that you didn't avoid him, because a lot of people don't like how you moved when you went to 168. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think that when you know what I'm saying, that you waited, right? You went and fought what's his name? Rocky Fieldhand when David Benavidez had that belt, and then you skipped up to 175 to fight Kovalev on 5 weeks notice. A lot of people, and then as soon as old boy Benavidez didn't have the belt no more, then you dropped down. You dropped back then, you dropped down to 168, and then, you know what I'm saying, you wanted all the smoke. So, you know, you had a history of moving funny. Can you fight? Yeah, you can fight your motherfucking ass off. I'm not finna sit here and say that, but you can't sit here and say that you never avoided a fighter. You feel me? You can't say that. So that's what I didn't agree with. But I'm gonna give it to Coach, then I'm gonna give it to Money, then I'm gonna pass it to Cortez.
No. Go in on. You can give it to Money. Money came in before me. Let Money go.
No, Money came in way after you. But I mean,
okay.
y'all can, huh?
Okay.
Y'all can do what y'all want to do on that.
Well, we already know. Me and Money Brown is not gonna agree on it. We already know. He see how he moves. Everybody see the way Canelo moves, and they respect that because they could care less as long as Canelo wins. That's all it is to. He had an opportunity to become undisputed middleweight champion of the world, and he decided to run out of the division. He had two fighters, either his mandatory or the WBL champion, who was Demetrius Andrade. What did Canelo do? These are all facts. He ran and fought the weakest of the competition at 168, somebody who nobody knew, Rocky Fielding. He won that belt. So then he also at 154, he wanted to become undisputed. He never did that because he didn't want to face the Charlos or Demetrius Andrade. He went to 160, the same thing happened. Now, when David Benavidez had the belt, he never, ever, ever said he wanted to be undisputed at 168 pounds. He never had David Benavidez's name come out of his mouth. As soon as David Benavidez did what he did and fell off, he didn't make weight at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm not making an excuse for him, but it is what it is. He lost his belt on the scale. So then Canelo, all of a sudden, he gets this epiphany after he beat COVID. I want to become undisputed at 168 pounds. And that reason is because that man-child, David Benavidez, didn't have the belt anymore. So Then after he lied to Al Heyman and them and played them like a funky piano by telling them, I'm going to fight Charlo and Benavidez after this last fight against Caleb Plant. Now, that was bad business on Al Heyman and them because they should have put it in the contract. Either you want to be undisputed, this is what you have to do, but they wanted that bag instead of looking towards the future. So now he's going up once again because David Benavidez is right there and Aziz is mandatory in 2 divisions. He's going to run now and fight once again the weakest cruiserweight in the division who happens to have a belt. See, if they had only 1 belt in every division, we wouldn't be talking about this right now because you got to fight the best then. See? So this is his MO. This is what he do. And we all see it. Now, people who just Canelo fans and Canelo fanboys, they can say all of that shit that they want to see. They can, oh, he just hating on Canelo. No, the facts are the facts. Everything that I've said, can we all agree, is a fact. It's a fact. So now he's coming up with this shit about nobody can he don't avoid anybody. Well, you're a liar. You lied when you said you was gonna fight either Charlo or Benavidez. You lied. Point blank and period. Now you trying to make history. This is what they calling it, history. And you go and fight the weakest of the division once again, Makabu. He's the weakest link. He was knocked out by a Class B Tony Bellew. His balance is atrocious. He's been stunned many times in fight. And it's an easy fight for Canelo. This guy's skill level is nowhere. I don't care how big he is. I could care fucking less. I done watched in the gym. Plenty big guys get beat up by little guys. That means nothing. Floyd Mayweather, Errol Spence do it all the time in sparring. He fight heavyweights. Gervonta Davis does sparred heavyweight. So it doesn't have anything to do with it. We are not, well, people who know boxing is not stupid. We see what's going on. Now, the people who just fanboys and casuals, they ain't gonna know any better. All they know is, I love Canelo. He's a great fighter, and that's it. But they're not looking at the big picture. They're not looking at the way he's moving. And that's all I have to say about it. Everything that I said is fact.
Right. Okay.
And whoever Louis G is, you're talking about, no, I hate Canelo. No, that's a lie. I do this with everybody, just like Gervonta Davis. He's not fighting the best fighters. Point blank, period. And that's that. I don't care about none of that shit.
All right. Bet. Money. What's your take on this?
I love Canelo and I don't care what he do.
Yep, that's you.
Hey, we know that.
That's you. We already know that.
We already
know that, Money.
Let me get it, man. Look, I got on Canelo because I want him to fight Andrade because I know he gonna whoop Andrade ass, but I always get Andrade credit. I agree with Keith. No, Andrade is not a terrible fighter. I don't agree with that with Canelo nor Charlo. When Charlo try to say the shit Canelo said, when they say he's a horrible fighter, I say he ain't no horrible fighter, right? I got on Canelo ass for the Avenue Urgent fight. So I get on Canelo ass when it's time to get on his ass. But I don't think he's ducking these fighters because he's afraid to fight. I don't even think he's ducking. I think it's you sit down with your team, and like he said, you do get if Canelo want to fight you, he can fight you. Let's just keep it real. He got that type of power. He got the power in boxing right now. But y'all still can't forget that he have fought the best in each division. Y'all blow past that. Y'all blow past it. You'll say it's not true, Coach, but he fought Triple G twice, and Triple G was the best at the middleweight division.
That's not true.
You can't deny that. He was the number one cat. Okay. He went to 168. Y'all say, okay, Benavidez is the man child, and Benavidez is the best. I say it all the time. Benavidez, Caleb Plant, Calvin Smith, Billy Joe, all them motherfuckers on the same level when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. None of them niggas ain't got the skill set or the discipline of Canelo Alvarez, bro.
Show me.
Wait a minute. Canelo has the motherfucking experience, and he's showing you none of them boys is like him, bro. That dude stays in the gym day in, day out, bro. He perfects his craft. He's going to find a way to get your ass one way or another. And when you look at Benavidez, he's a good fighter, bro. I give it to him. He's a good fighter. But that style he got ain't fit to beat Canelo. It ain't.
Show me.
Canelo, bro. If Kyron Davis can sit up there and stand on his feet with your ass, and then my man Ronald Ellis, who said he betted on with Canelo and Benavidez, right? So it's like if Canelo get to him, he gonna turn his ass up. But the thing is, you will overlook it, coach. He is going up to face a world champion. You can't say that, oh, he's the weakest champion, because you can't say that. You can't say, wait a minute. Hold on, bro. I'm going. My time. It's my time. Y'all can't cut me off. Hey, I shut up. Let me go. Now, y'all can't say that Makabu is the weakest champion. We don't know if Makabu getting out with motherfucking when you look at Lawrence Okolie, bro. Lawrence Okolie, tall, long, he got a title. But when I look at Lawrence Okolie fight, that motherfucker fight, he grabbed, he got a lot of potential, but he's still green. When Marius Breeders, I say it's the number one cat, I would give it to Breeders because he fought in the tournament and he fought the shit out of Ugas. Before us that, you can't put Lawrence Okolie, Makabu, or who else the champion up at that bitch. I can't just say they over. He's the weakest link, because Makabu can get on with Lawrence Okolie and knock his ass out. We don't know if he's the weakest link or not. We just know he's a world champion up there. And y'all look at him and y'all go look at his style and y'all say, oh, well, this kid is the weakest link. Well, did y'all study the other motherfuckers up there?
Yes.
They don't. So if Canelo was to pick Lawrence Okolie and go fight Lawrence Okolie, no, I'm asking you. You would say that's okay?
Yes.
Lawrence Okolie?
Yes.
Lawrence Okolie ain't on a better level than Makabu. I ain't gonna say that.
Did Makabu get stretched?
Wait a minute, I ain't gonna say that. Okay, it's a lot of. Did Pacquiao get stretched?
Hold on. Did Lawrence Okolie get stretched?
Just because somebody get knocked out, coach, don't mean that you that you done and you terrible, bro. It's a lot of motherfuckers that get knocked out. Amir Khan got knocked out in this first fucking fight. He came back to be world champion. So motherfuckers get knocked out all the time, bro. And that was early in his career, right? And then he gets no, because he got knocked out twice, if I'm not mistaken. He got knocked out early in his career, or am I talking about somebody else? Or did he just get knocked out once?
Tony Bellew stretched him.
Yeah, but you forget he floored Tony Bellew ass too, now didn't he?
Huh?
He floored Tony Bellew ass as well. He dropped his ass too.
But Tony Bellew stretched him.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, he could have caught Tony Bellew and knocked his ass out as well. Bellew got up and he went in there and did his thing.
You're talking about a C-class fighter.
Man, you can't call him a C-class. You can call him
Tony Bellew is just a C-class fighter, bro. Stop. Come on.
You can call him what you want to call him. He was a world champion at that bitch. He won the title. But at the end of the day, when I look at Canelo Alvarez, bro, he's going up to his fifth division, and then he ain't even done with boxing. The man said he got 6 years left.
And guess what he said? I'm not going back down to 168.
He never said he ain't going back to 168.
He said going down to 175. Yes, he did.
Going to 168. Eddie Hearn said he's not going back down to defend the titles at 168.
Yeah,
he said he's going to light heavyweight.
Money. This fight is going to be equivalent to Avni Yildirim. I'll bet that. And whoever this other dude who was on here talking about.
Well, let me say this, coach. If you go to 175, right?
Watch him lay down. Watch.
So, he's going in there to lay down for sure.
So if you say he's going to lay down, y'all don't know if he's going to lay down.
Yeah, I'll bet you $100 right now he going to lay down.
I mean, what do you define laying
on Canelo fucking thanking him? Oh my God, I love you. He's going in there to lay down.
What do you define laying down? Canelo can go. So if Canelo go in there and beat the man and knock him out, the man lay down.
So you telling me Avni Yildirim didn't lay down? That's what you telling me.
Let me ask you. So if Canelo, all right, so let's say he go win this title, become 5-division world champion, making history, becoming the 5-division world champion, history in the making. But when he go to 175 and fight Beterbiev, assuming Beterbiev get past Marcus Brown, or even if Marcus Brown is champion, and Canelo go down there and fight them big motherfuckers, so will you give him credit for fighting them, Bivol, Beterbiev, Joe Smith, Marcus Brown, over Benavidez, Charlo, and Andrade?
Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. If he go in there, if he go down and he fight Bivol or Beterbiev, if Beterbiev win, or Zerto, yes, he's going to get all the credit in the world. But my point is this.
I'm asking, is they more dangerous fighters than Charlo, Andrade, and Benavidez?
Can't say that. Styles make fights. I can't say that.
Well, then how can you say that at 175, then Makabu is terrible, this, that, and the thing?
At Cruiserweight. Makabu, I'm looking at his abilities, bro. You talking about a dude, has Andrade been stretched? So or look like Makabu? No.
What if Makabu hit Canelo and drop his ass?
So what? That's not going to happen, money. He's going to go in the fight, and it's going to look like Avni Yildirim. He's not going to win this fight. And
man.
he's gonna lay down, and you know it. And see, the thing that get me with you, money, is this, bro. You know everything. Where did I lie? Where did I not state a fact? Just answer that.
Let me. Yeah, we gonna get back. We gonna get back to this because we got more on what Canelo had to say. But I want to let Cortez Bowles. I want to let him get his thoughts in real quick so we can move on to the Yeah, Cortez, you got to take me off of your background.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got to take me off of your background.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm driving. Yeah, we can hear you. I'm in the truck right now.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, because it's the echo, man. It's the echo, man. You got me on speaker or something.
Okay, hold on for a second. Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Really? Would it boil down? Am I clear to you now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
You good?
With this situation with Canelo, listen, with everything that he accomplished, he could have accomplished that a long time ago if you'd have fought them fighters. He would have been undisputed a long time ago if you'd have went on head on and fought Andrade. Now let's take this out of the boxing and let's just go and take this all the way back to the hood. Now if we take this back to the hood and he do this in the hood, he'd be all types of bitch ass motherfuckers just for ducking all that wreck that he done ducked. How can you, Money Brown? I wish, happy birthday to you, but my guy, you missed your calling, man. You probably should have been a public defender the way you publicly defended this man right here. Canelo has been showing all sorts of. Am I there?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you here.
So do you keep the same energy for Charlo and Andrade when they not fighting each other? You talking about why am I being a public defender?
Yeah, you know what? I can't say that. I see Andrade still game, but Charlo, yeah, dude, you need to go ahead on and get over that business situation and go ahead on and give him the business. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Go ahead on, fight that man. It's gonna be a good pay-per-view fight, and then it bolsters your chances for getting the big chicken. You want the big chicken? Go ahead on and fight him, and then make it a public announcement when you go ahead on and win. Either one of y'all win, y'all gonna get y'all make y'all chances better to fight the big chicken. Now, Canelo, how can you not, if we in the hood and you won't fight him, what the hell is we gonna call you? You a coward, you a chicken. You picking and choosing the easiest route, because that's the way humans is built. They gonna want to go against the force of the least resistance. And he proven that to be self-evident. We're trying to go about this the easy route.
Cortez, let me ask you something, Cortez, and I don't mean to cut you off, bro. I'm gonna let you go because I know keep trying to get through.
And I gotta say the same thing too.
This gonna be quick, Cortez. At 154, would you say Laura and Trout was top dogs?
No, but Laura looked like a top dog that night.
I'm just asking you, was Laura and Trout top dogs at 154?
Oh yeah, they was top dogs.
Was Floyd the top dog at 147?
When he fought him, was either one of them undefeated? Was either one of them undefeated?
Was Floyd? Yeah, Austin Trout was undefeated when he fought him, and Laura was undefeated because he really beat Paul Williams. He beat the shit out of Paul Williams. Now, was Floyd was the top dog at 147 and 54, right? So he fought top dog. Triple G was the top dogs at 160. Calvin Smith was the top dog at 168, right? So when you bring up those things and you say, oh, he ain't doing this, he still fought the top dogs, bro. But y'all get him, oh, he still ain't fight this fight. I said, I got on him. I want him to fight Charlo and Andrade. I get it. I want him to fight both of them. I got on Canelo Alvarez for that. And I got on his ass for Alvin Usury. But at the same time, y'all just can't make it like, oh, he ain't fighting these dudes, so he's a bitch. He ain't, nah, bro. Sometimes you do got to play chess. But at the end of the day, it ain't that he don't want to fight the motherfuckers. You got a team that you sit down with. Now, at the same time, now they got to sit down and do something as well. They got to fight each other if they can't.
Yeah, they're protecting that bag. I mean, your team is going to protect your bag and get you the safest fight. That's all that is.
Nah, just like Tank.
It ain't the safest fight.
Just like Tank.
He fought dangerous fights.
Yeah, just like Tank. Hey, listen. Hey, wait. I grew up in Grand Rapids with Floyd Mayweather. If Floyd Mayweather didn't come off that porch and go fight him, and we would have been calling him and nailing him to the cross the same damn
Bro,
way.
bro,
And I
when we
say the
talking about
same thing.
in the hood,
I say the same
bro.
thing about
If
Terrence
Canelo
Crawford.
was from the
You
hood,
get the
Canelo
top
would
rank
fight
because you
motherfuckers
knew
in
that
the
the
hood,
people
bro.
at that school wasn't fighting as hard as the people at the PBC. They know what they be doing when they do that. They be going with the least resistance.
So let's move on. Let's move to the next thing I want to get in here that Canelo had to say. And salute to my brother Blue Blood Sports TV off in the building. What's happening with it, Blue?
Blue was going down, big bro.
So check this out.
What up, Blue?
Let me pull it back up. Now check this out, right? It says Canelo Alvarez on trainer/manager Eddie Reynoso requesting him to fight for the WBC Cruiserweight title. This is what Canelo had to say. He says, "I didn't even know about that. I heard about it on social media that Eddie did. If Eddie tries to do something crazy, I'm always in. I'm his warrior." So Canelo is saying that he had no idea that Eddie Reynoso requested for him to fight for the WBC Cruiserweight title. He said,
I don't believe that.
Hold on. He said that he found out by reading social media. That's how he found out. Now, this is my problem, right? When a grown ass man come out and lie about some shit as simple as that, like, yeah, you getting heat from it, but don't try to act like, oh, you know, I had no idea. In Eddie Reynoso, you know what I'm saying? He just went and did it on his own, but shit, I'm just like, okay, cool, you did it. I had to find out by social media. Man, that's your motherfucking, they like this. They together all the time. They talk probably every day. Ain't no fucking way. Yo, you gotta
Mute your phone, man.
Hey, just tell.
Man, ain't no motherfucking way, right? That you didn't know that he was about to, you know what I'm saying, request for you to fight for the WBC Cruiserweight title. Bruh, come on now. See, and this is the shit just like the situation that happened with Caleb Plant, how he lied about that situation. Like, oh no, he said this, and that, and then apologized to Caleb Plant. He apologized to Caleb Plant at the end of the fight. So now it's like you having a history of telling lies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Canelo's a great fighter inside the ring. But when you tell him just flat out blatant lies like this, oh, come on, man. You know you talk to that man, Eddie Reynoso. Y'all are like that with each other. Y'all talk all the time. Ain't no way in hell you had no idea. You just found out by going on social media.
Dion and I were around this party. I've been around for work, and then
Hey, I think that's you in the background, Coach.
Oh no! Oh,
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you just found that shit out by going to social media. Like, that was an ignorant lie. And you know what I'm saying? It's showing some of your character. It's showing some. Dundada. Plant did not apologize. Use a fucking lie. I could pull that shit up right now and prove you wrong. Now, when Canelo took the mic, and when they asked Canelo what was said, he tried to act like Plant apologized. No, Canelo apologized. And if you say he didn't, we could pull it up right now. We got the receipts to pull it up. Canelo apologized. All Plant said is, yeah, you know, I would never say that because my mother died. Canelo, he said, I'm sorry for everything, brother. Canelo apologized. So get your facts right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, like I said,
He probably could have just apologized for everything that went on. That don't mean he apologized for something that you think he did.
He apologized. What you mean, money? He apologized.
But what did you apologize
but
about?
that doesn't.
money.
What did you apologize about?
Hold on. He lied. First of all, he lied when he said that Caleb Plant said motherfucker, and it's on tape when right before he pushed Caleb Plant. You hear him say motherfucker. He the one said the motherfucker and lied and said
Caleb
Caleb Plant said
motherfucker first. Caleb Plant said motherfucker first.
bullshit. It was on film. We could pull that up also.
Pull it up
because
and show me. You gonna see Caleb Plant come out because I watched it. I looked at it, coach.
Caleb Plant didn't say motherfucker until he said motherfucker. He called him a motherfucker, then pushed him, and then Caleb Plant came back and swung at him. Now, besides that, he's lying right now because right after he fought Caleb Plant, they went to Mexico to the WBC convention, and that's when, and that was a few days right after. And then they went there, and Eddie Reynoso announced it at the WBC convention that he was gonna be fighting Makabu. So he's full of shit. He's lying.
But y'all can say, man, but y'all don't know, man. If you got a manager, bro, and he went and petitioned, Eddie is running the show, and Canelo just go follow behind Eddie. So y'all can say, man, but I don't think that man got no reason to lie about me going to Cruiserweight fight Makabu, bro. I mean, that's y'all opinion. That's what y'all think. That's y'all opinion. But y'all don't. Y'all don't know. You breaking up, Key, or is that me?
He froze too.
Yeah, you froze. But we just don't know, bro. Y'all can say that, but if your manager going out and he's doing something, and then he tell you, Canelo go roll with it. He's like he fuck with Eddie that much to whatever Eddie want to do, Canelo is going to do. So at the same time, he probably did catch the shit. Like you don't know where he went to after he finished fight. Me and my wife go over here. We go here. Not saying they don't talk every day because they like brothers. I do. I get what he's saying. So, well, you telling me that if Eddie got something he's telling you he's not going to tell you? I mean,
so you telling me that he gonna make a fight before he tell Canelo?
Well, he went and petitioned for Canelo to fight Makabu. He went and asked the WBC could they let it go. So that
WBC gonna do whatever he wants.
Let me say this, coach. That could have been something Eddie took upon himself to say, you know what can Canelo do next? Like, all right, let's see if I can get them to fight this guy. Let me go ask. That's something he can do behind Canelo back. Not saying you're going behind his back and doing something. That's something as a manager. Let me see if I can pull these strings and see if this shit can happen. You know what I mean? So it ain't like, oh, Canelo with this. That's some shit that can happen without Canelo knowing, bro. Not saying he's not going to find out. You know what I mean? Like just like when Eddie went and sat down at the table with Al Heyman now. Like Eddie doing the talking. With Eddie Hearn, Canelo went at the table. Oh yeah, we want this. Caleb Plant went at the table. They got their team sitting down doing that shit. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that could be that's something that can possibly happen. That Eddie went and made that happen without Canelo knowing. Then he told him, or he found that shit out on social media and called Eddie like, what's going on? So I just think Caleb man a liar.
Let me say one thing, Money. This Boston Jorge dude, Andrade last mandatory was not even ranked top 10 in the division. How is that getting you close to Canelo fight? Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Jorge. How come Canelo could go ahead and fight Avni Yildirim, who got whooped, got his ass toe up in his fight, hadn't fought in 2 years, but got a fight? Tell me that, mister. Oh, I bet you can't, right? I know. See, y'all just get on here and talking.
I think everything had I don't know if it froze on your end, it froze on my end. Was y'all still in here cooking?
Yeah, we was good, kid.
We was talking.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't even know what y'all was saying. So
like I said, my thing is this, Money. My thing is this. They know he not gonna make no move. He may have petitioned them, but Canelo had to agree to this shit, right? So he agreed to it, and like I said before, it's always the weakest link in the division. And then they talk about he's gonna the thing is that I don't like also, they know that's a fight that nobody gives a shit about, but they know Canelo fans is gonna pay for that shit. Nobody cares about you fighting this dude. Everybody want to see David Benavidez and Canelo. If you go across,
y'all stop timing people out. Don't time nobody out, because I ain't really reading the chat, so I can't see what nobody's saying. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't time nobody out unless they come in here with, you know what I'm saying, just some outrageous shit. So, yeah.
So you know that, you know very well, they know the game that they playing, and Canelo fan people are just going to go along with whatever he does. Now, will he make history doing this? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not going to make history doing this. Of course he will. But My thing is the way they move. When David Benavidez had the 168 title, you never heard Canelo say a peep about fighting him. And you know it, and that's a fact. But then and why would the WBC, we've been over this 1,000 times, why would they throw that belt up in there when he fought Callum Smith? Why would you do that and cause controversy? See, Mauricio Suleiman is like this to the public. He could care less. This is him right here. I'm going to do what I want to do and fuck y'all. Fuck what the board say. Canelo is our guy, and we're going to, and he been proving it. When Riddick Bowe threw that belt in a trash can, they blackballed him, right? Canelo did the same thing when they tried to force him to fight Triple G the first time. But you didn't see him say, Canelo, you know what? We're going to blackball your ass. See, there's two standards going on. And that's a fact. They blackballed Riddick Bowe to the end. After that fight, after he put that WBC belt in the garbage can, Canelo did the same thing when he refused to fight Triple G and gave up that belt. But they didn't blackball him. So we see the bias going on. That's another thing that I can't stand. If you be even all the way around the board, and I'm not saying that's Canelo's fault. I'm not saying everybody is allowing him to move the way he's moving. And is he a great fighter? Yes, he's a very good fighter. He's very, very talented. But I don't want to see him go in there and fight another Abney Yildirim in Makabu, because that's what it is. He's going to lay down. I'll put my life on it. He's going to lay down.
Well, I don't have Makabu laying down, and
let me say this.
And I got Canelo going straight to one motherfucking cruiserweight. His first fight, fighting the world champion, a weight class he never fought at, a big motherfucker. And it don't matter if he went up there and fought Lawrence Okoli or Marius Breeders, he still gonna get called out for some shit. So
let me say this. Let me say this, because I ain't even finished saying what I had to say, right? So the motherfucker Makabu, I mean, everybody know he cherry picked him. It's somebody that they saw as food, right? They seen him that it was a champion up there that was some trash, right? That's some food. So he went up there like, you know, hey, I'm gonna go up there, I'm gonna take this belt, and it's stat padding. All he's doing is stat padding to say I'm a 5-time, you know what I'm saying, 5-division world champion. And he picked the easiest opponent by far, by miles. So for y'all to be sitting up here acting like he is. And the reason
I see the easy opponent, he a champion, bro.
Oh, hold on. And the reason
so was Rocky Fielding. Not say that, money. Stop, bro. Stop it, bro.
The reason I say that this man is gonna go in there and lay down is my opinion. He gonna go in there to lay down is because you can tell how excited he is. He was thanking Canelo and praising him and doing all that and hugging him and shit like that. You finna fight this man. Why you doing all that? And it's showing that he is great. He's great. He's just so happy that he's gonna be able to get in the ring and get a payday. That's why I think that he's gonna go in there and lay down. And if it don't matter if he lay down or not, the motherfucker can't beat Canelo. He's not good. He's not good. I studied him. He's not good at all.
None of them niggas up there can beat Canelo.
Like I said, what?
I tell you what.
I bet you.
I tell you what. They had a dude. They had somebody named Alexander Usyk. He said he'll go down back to cruiserweight and get in there with him. Get in there with him. Get in there with him.
He said he'll go back down to cruiser and fight Canelo, but
he will beat his ass unmerciful.
He's still at heavyweight with his
money. So money. Canelo can beat Bradis. Canelo can beat
Bradis. Gonna beat the shit out of him.
Canelo will beat Bradis. He'll beat Lawrence Okoli.
Man, you tripping.
Boy, stop, money. Stop it, bro. I know you behind. See right now, you behind your avatar right now, laughing your ass off. I know you.
I'm not. I'm in the dark right now. I ain't gonna turn it on. I'm in the dark.
I don't care. You might be in the dark, motherfucker, but you laughing your ass off, and I know it.
No, I'm not. Look, he gonna beat all them cats at one up at the cruiserweight, just like he gonna beat all the.
Yeah, he gonna beat Zerto, right?
He gonna beat Zerto, just like gonna beat all the cats at the light heavyweight.
When he went up to 168, hold on. When he went up to 168 and fought just like he's doing now.
When he went up to 168, right? That was his first fight at 168, and he fought a
I
champion.
don't give a fuck. This is his first fight at cruiserweight. So he got to go
and
at
he was an
all.
undefeated champion. Now he's going up to cruiserweight, and he fighting another world champion. So if he would have went up to cruiserweight and fought a non-champion and say, okay, I'm going to go up here and get my feet wet at this division. But he going up and fighting a world champion at the cruiserweight division.
A bum.
Now the champions, but this champion a bum. This motherfucker going to fight a world champion. So I guess champions don't mean shit nowadays.
They really don't.
It's only who y'all want him to fight.
No, Money Brown. No, Money Brown. That's not it. That's not it, and you know it. See, you sitting here playing that bullshit now.
No, because y'all not giving the man credit for going to fight.
Because first of all, you lied, motherfucker. That's the first thing. You lied. You said you were gonna fight either Benavidez or Charlo. You lied. That's the main reason. Soon as it wasn't even a week past, not 1 week past, and this motherfucker decided to go fight the weakest link, just like he did when at 168. Zerto had a belt at 168. David Benavidez had a belt at 168. I forgot who else had a belt at 168. Who did he pick? He picked fucking Rocky Fieldhand, a bum, just like Makabu, and he didn't show shit. That is a fact. That is a fact.
Say, coach. Canelo is the best. He's all he laughing.
What's up, Lil? Hey, I want you to say Money Brown is full of brown. How about that? Say that.
Coach, he walked out. He laughing at you.
Say Money Brown is full of brown. That's what.
Hey, man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? We know Money ain't gonna admit this shit.
He know.
Money knows Makabu is the weakest link. Money knows what Canelo doing right now.
What
Canelo's doing is going to make history, bro. That's what
he's past statting.
It ain't no. He past statting not going to be the world champion of the cruiserweight.
He's past statting.
At a weight where
I guarantee you, if British had all them belts, I bet you he wouldn't be going up to motherfucking cruiserweight. I guarantee you he wouldn't.
What you mean? British had all them belts. British got one title.
I said, I guarantee you, if British had all of the belts, he wouldn't be moving up to cruiserweight to fight for damn one of them.
Fuck no.
Stop acting like y'all looking at British as a killer that can turn Canelo down like that, bro. Come on, man.
I know one thing. They picked on a motherfucker who got stretched with ease. You see that dude fight Money. That dude balance is atrocious. Atrocious. And he's going to go in there and lay down. He's going to take his money back to Africa and help out with his family. And he's happy to get paid. That's it.
That's it. You can tell by the way he acted.
I mean, you can say you can tell by the way he acting, but that's the man currency. He also said Canelo don't know what to get himself into, and that if you want to come on up, he'll welcome and he'll knock him out. So you can't say that's how he acting.
And all these people up in here who talking about Yildirim was his mandatory. No, the fuck he wasn't. Mauricio Suleiman came out his own mouth and said he requested Avni Yildirim. How can he be his mandatory? He lost his last fight and was out the ring for 2 years. So y'all take that shit and stick it, because that's bullshit.
Like I said, Money, see, this is my thing, right? I wouldn't even have a problem with this Makabu shit, because I've said plenty of times, Coach heard me say, if he was just, because I know what it is, you know what I'm saying? You moving up, you pat statting, and that's cool, right? If you had intentions of moving down and saying moving back down to 168 and doing what you said you was gonna do. He said that he was gonna be in the 168-pound division for a while to come to defend the titles, right? As soon as he got the titles, he moved up. You know what I'm saying? And now he's not even coming back down to 168. He gonna drop all the belts. So why are you not doing what you said you was gonna do? Because, and a lot of people think, like Coach think, is because David Benavidez is right there. If you go back down, you're gonna have to fight that man. Now, I think that he could beat David Benavidez, but you know what I'm saying? For some reason, you don't want to fight him. You don't want to fight him.
I mean,
Why don't you want to fight that man?
you don't
Donna, that's a lie.
He said
You always trolling. I don't even
he
listen.
said he will fight.
The man is not doing what
both
he said he was going to do, money.
But
He
you
ain't
gotta
doing
wait.
what he said
But
he was
listen,
gonna do. He's skipping
Canelo
around
ain't
it.
listen. Canelo say he leaving at 37, bro. The man is 31. He ain't going nowhere, bro. He ain't going. He said. They say, would you fight him? But out of his mouth, did he say, okay, after I become undisputed, I'm going to fight Charlo and I'm going to fight Benavidez next?
Man,
He never
fuck
said
Charlo. Charlo don't design. We ain't even
I'm
talking
just
about Charlo.
David Benavidez deserved that
About
fight.
David Benavidez.
He never said next. He never said, oh, once I become undisputed, I'm going to fight. They said, would you fight? Yes, I would fight both of them. I'm not afraid of these motherfuckers.
A lie.
But I'm not going nowhere no time soon. He put on his Instagram, the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come.
A lie.
We gonna see.
It's been proven his whole career.
Canelo
Why
not
is
going
he
nowhere.
not-
Benavidez not going. Benavidez 23, 24 years of age. They not going nowhere, bro. Neither one.
So what?
Canelo gonna make it his business to
Hold
get
on,
So what?
He's gonna make it his business.
I don't want to hear that age shit. Age ain't got nothing to
Knock
do with it.
Benavidez ass out, coach.
Money. Hold on real quick.
We gonna bet. I bet it.
Hold on. Robert Montana. What the fuck does this got to do with Tank Davis? Ain't nobody in here talking about Tank right now. What the fuck this got to do with Tank Davis? We talking about Canelo. This ain't got nothing to do with Tank Davis. The fuck you in here talking about Tank Davis's pay-per-view buys and he fighting taco truck drivers? We ain't even talking about Tank.
Right.
I don't understand what the fuck your problem is. We need to stay on topic. Ain't nobody talking about Tank. This ain't got nothing to do with Tank. I see what you're trying, and you know what I'm saying? I see what you're trying to do, right? We talking about a Mexican fighter, so then now you want to bring in a black fighter. This ain't where you do that at. This ain't
I don't give a fuck if he was a Martian. I don't care who it is.
This ain't what we doing over here. And don't think you can slide up in here with that bullshit, because you'll get the fuck up out of here. I'll block your ass real quick with that. You feel me? You ain't don't try to come over here with that slick shit. Don't try to come up over here with that slick shit.
Motherfucker. Boy, he got some clowns around here.
You know what I'm saying? These dudes, they be on that slick closet shit. You know what I'm saying? And don't think that motherfuckers know what they talking about or gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you knew anything, I get on Tank Davis, I get on all of these dudes that be acting, you know what I'm saying? That act like they got a motherfucking.
Listen, my thing is this, just like this.
Get him up out of here.
Just like I see Boo Boo. Just like I see Boo Boo. Boo Boo trying to fight everybody. Nobody want to fight.
Get up out of here.
You know, I see Devin trying to fight everybody. Nobody. David Benavidez, he trying to fight everybody, but they don't want to fight him. You can't make people get in the ring with you. You can't do it. So my thing is,
I always give all three of them credit too, coach. I do.
You know, so all of this, who Benavidez fought, he was a world champion twice. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't care what his age is. Floyd Mayweather fought Gennaro Hernandez at what, 22 and whooped that ass. Gennaro Hernandez had way more fights and experience. Floyd got in there and whooped his ass. So I don't want to hear that age shit. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Me and Coach argue about this shit all the time because
Gennaro Hernandez, oh baby.
Look, me and Coach argue about this shit all the time, on camera and off camera. Coach, no, we get into it all the time about this. I think that Canelo whooped David Benavidez. But hey, I can't come on here and argue for the man if he won't get in the ring with him.
And the man deserved. The thing that's getting me is this: he deserved the fight. He's the mandatory in 2 divisions. And as I said over and over for about a year now on both of y'all channels, he was penalized 3 times. They stripped him. That's 1 penalty. Then the second penalty, they threw his belt up in there with Canelo and Callum Smith. And then after that, he was the mandatory. And the third thing, the third screw-in was when they let Canelo fight Yildirim instead of fighting his mandatory, who was David Benavidez. That's 3 penalties for 1 infraction, but Canelo did clenbuterol and came right back after 6 months and was able to fight for a title. So what I'm saying is the truth, and nobody else can say I'm telling a lie because that's a fact.
Just to put it out there, Canelo was found not guilty for that computerol, y'all.
Man, we ain't even gonna go there. That's
They raised the limits for this dude, bro.
Found not guilty.
We ain't
Found
even
not
gonna
guilty.
go there because that's a whole different story. But you know what I'm saying? Like he does have a history of moving around certain fighters. It's a fact. But like I said, I would not have a problem with him going to cruiserweight and knocking off the easiest foe in Makabu if he did what he said he was going to do and go back down and defend his titles at 168. Now, he is going to drop hold on. He is going to drop all the titles and go to 175. Now, is it smoke at 175 for him? Of course. So, if he goes to 175 on some real shit, if he goes to 175, he still got to fight some killers up there at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So to keep it real all the way around, once he go back down to 175, it's killers that's right there in 175-pound weight class that's waiting for him. So if he skip around them, money. If he skip around the killers at 175 and he get to doing bullshit, hey, I don't want to hear, oh, that's a good fight for Canelo. Ain't none of that shit.
He got the cats he got lined up. He want to fight Better Beef and Bivol.
Well, we can't keep on saying Bitter Beef. Bitter Beef got to get past Marcus Brownie.
Yeah, Better Beef got to get past Marcus Brownie tonight. That's fact.
But Marcus Brownie, Bitter Beef, Bivol, I think he gonna fight Bivol and
Joe Smith. Joe Smith down on 2 with the time.
Joe Smith. So I was saying yesterday, I said I think he gonna fight Bivol. To me, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about Joe Smith. To me, Bivol is the smallest. You know what I'm saying? He is. For style. I think Canelo beat the shit out of Bivol. I think he beat Bivol. He'll beat Joe Smith, but Joe Smith is a you know what I'm saying, is way bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? But
Joe Smith lost to Bivol.
But I'm talking about styles make matchups. But he'll beat Joe Smith. But when you get into, you know, when you get to Marcus Brownie, a Better Beef, or who else at light heavyweight? Who else at light heavyweight? Zurdo
Ramirez. He ain't getting in there with Zurdo. That ain't happening.
With the Zurdo situation, Zurdo being with Golden Boy, that's gonna be a situation if he gonna do business with Golden Boy or not. With him and with him and Oscar De La Hoya situation. But
before he left Oscar De La Hoya, he could have fought Zurdo Ramirez. And what he say? What'd he say? I'm not doing it. I'm not. When it comes to fight Mexican fighters, that's right.
Speak on the whole Zurdo Ramirez issue right now. Then I'm gonna wrap it up because I got to get off here. I got to go grab my kids. But Zenith 360 in that super chat, he said tons of Canelo fans came here a few months ago and said Canelo is definitely gonna fight Benavidez and Charlo after Plant. So stop crying now that they saying why he got to fight. Now they saying why he got to fight everybody. That's a fact. They were saying that because Canelo was saying that shit. But, you know, I think that Canelo really, I don't think that he's scared of Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that. I think that he basically ran off with the bag and he not going to do no business with PBC. You know what I'm saying? He tricked him. He tricked him into thinking, oh, yeah, you know, I like doing business with y'all. You know, yeah, I'm going to fight Charlo. Yeah, I'm going to fight Benavidez. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing. And then he got that motherfucking bag, and he said, man, fuck y'all. I ain't doing no fuck. You know what I'm saying? I got what I want. I'm gone. Bye.
I mean,
y'all ain't got nothing for me no more. Bye. I ain't doing no bit. I think that's what he did. He tricked him.
I don't think that's the case. He a free agent. He can do what he wants. First of all, they knew what it was on the one fight deal anyway. He ain't guaranteed to fight nobody else over there. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm saying.
They should have made him guaranteed. That's what they should have did.
Because they made money also. It ain't like just Canelo took the bag and made money. They also made money.
Guess what? Al Heyman is already rich as a motherfucker. But guess what? All he had to do was say, if you want to fight for the undisputed, either you're going to sign a 2-fight contract or you're not gonna become undisputed. Point blank, period.
And then you take
Now,
the
how bad you want it?
But you take the opportunity away from your fighter from changing his. Your job, Al Haymond's job is to do what's best for his fighters. The best for Caleb Plant was to get him the Canelo fight. So now you being selfish as fuck by saying, oh, if you can't give me Charlo a fight, or if you can't get Benavidez a fight, well then guess what? Caleb Plant ain't gonna get no fight. When Caleb Plant, these motherfuckers don't like each other. They not friends. So
how that worked out for him?
But wait a minute, you're not gonna fuck up my opportunity. That I got an opportunity to go up in here.
And you got a good point. You got a good point, Money.
Yep.
I feel you. You got a real good point, but we gotta move quick because, like I said, I'm gonna have to go pick up my kids soon. So I just want to get this out here, and then we gonna and then I'm gonna let y'all go, and then we gonna shut it down. So and y'all hit the like button, y'all smash the like button. So before we get up out of here, the Zordo Ramirez situation, right? Now remember. When Canelo Alvarez, when he first started talking about going to 168, and I think when he first moved to 168, when he fought motherfucking what's his name? Fielding, right? Zordo Ramirez, he was the top dog at 168 pounds then. You know what I'm saying? Zordo Ramirez was that dude, and they started talking about Zordo Ramirez versus Canelo Alvarez in a huge Mexican showdown, right, over in Mexico. They start putting that fight together and talking about that fight. A fact is, Canelo Alvarez, he never would mention Zordo Ramirez when they said that, and that's one reason, right, why he didn't want to campaign at 168 pounds at that point in time, because everybody started putting Zordo Ramirez and Canelo Alvarez together, talking about that could be the biggest fight in boxing, right, in Mexico. Now, all of a sudden, right, now you're going to have to see that man. Now you're going to be campaigning in a division where he's at. Let's see how he moved in. Because Zordo Ramirez is going to be right there. And I think that he don't want no parts of Zordo Ramirez. I don't think he wants no parts of him. But before I'm going to let y'all go real quick, Cassandra Mason, the queen in the building, she says, entertaining show, Mr. ETB. Salute, coach, and Money. Always a pleasure to hear y'all cook. And much love, Cassandra. Like I thought, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, Cassandra.
No doubt. What's going down, Queen?
So, one of y'all go, and like I said, make it quick because, like I said, I got.
Go ahead, Money.
With Zerdo, man, I do like the Zerdo fight. I feel like that's a hell of a fight. Zerdo just moved up to 75. I think he been out for 2 fights now, if I'm not mistaken. But Zerdo trying to get his way, work his way to position to become a world champion. We'll see when Canelo come down. Like I say, with him being with Golden Boy and Canelo and Golden Boy situation, we don't know how that's gonna go. Possibly they can, put that shit aside and make the business. That is a big ass fight over in Mexico, for sure it is. But I'm not gonna say that, he didn't mention Zerdo's name at 168 because they try to make him fight Zerdo. Things that everybody move how they move, bro, on their chessboard. I'm with this promotional company, Zerdo with that promotional company. Zerdo's with Top Rank. So everybody got their own situation they want to do with their big time fighter, bro. And that's how that shit go. De La Hoya was in the mix of making fights happen for Canelo. Canelo didn't know everything that was going on behind the scenes. That's why they went to court and got some shit out the way. So with that being said, there's a possibility that it could happen. We will see in the future. Canelo saying he's going to Cruiserweight. After the Cruiserweight fight, we'll see what his next move is. You only can fight one motherfucker at a time. But I do like the Zerdo fight.
And so basically what I was saying when I was saying that, but I'm kind of in a rush, so I forgot to add that in. My whole point was to saying what I was saying is a lot of people were saying it was because of David Benavidez that he said he didn't want to fight Mexican fighters. Didn't have nothing to do with David Benavidez. When they started putting him against Zerdo Ramirez and saying that'll be a huge fight in Mexico. This is a fact. When they start pitting him with Zerdo Ramirez saying that it'll be a huge fight in Mexico, that's the biggest fight in Mexico. That's when Canelo started saying, well, I never fight another Mexican fighter. I'm not fighting no more Mexican fighters. So that shit was funny to me. Like, damn, now that they put you up against Zerdo, now you saying that you don't want to fight another Mexican fighter. That's when that started happening. It wasn't David Benavidez. So that was my whole point behind that. But, Coach.
Well, like I said, he's not going to get in there with no Zerdo. That's not going to ever happen, ever. He's scared of Benavidez, and that's a fact. We can see the way he moved. I ain't gonna say it's a fact. I'm gonna say this. That's the way it looks to the public. Just like it looked that way when he was at 160, when he ran out of the division, when he had to fight either Charlo or Boo Boo. So it's just who Canelo is. We don't get the fights we want to see from Canelo Alvarez. And that's what I don't like. And all of these Canelo people, I'm not saying he's not a great fighter, because he definitely is. But I want to see him fight guys who is going to be super competitive. And in my belief from the eye test, I think David Benavidez will beat him. I think Zerto will beat him. And that's just my opinion right now. Are we going to get to see those fights? I doubt it, because of the way Canelo moves. So there it is.
Yeah, and y'all make sure that y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. Once again, happy birthday to Money Brown TV.
One more thing I wanted to say, Keith.
Appreciate it, my brother.
One more thing I wanted to say. No, Dundada, that's not what I said. I said that if he don't get caught and if he can keep him off of him, then he can beat him. But he couldn't keep him off of him because he don't punch strong enough. And I said that with Caleb Plant. So here we go. I'm going to take Marcus Brown tonight because I want him to win, because I love Derrick James. And hopefully he can pull it off. That's all I wanted to see.
Yeah, I'm riding Marcus Brown too. I want him to win as well. I favorite Better Beeb to win, but I'm riding Marcus Brown all the way to the end.
That's it.
Hey man, Southpaw be having me fucking crying, man. He be getting on Canelo bad as hell. Hey, Southpaw be on Canelo helmet, bro. Hey, man, money, man. Like I said, once again, happy birthday. I know you finna do your show soon. Let me get your closing words and let everybody know, everybody know where to find you at if they don't.
No doubt. Appreciate the show, man. Always a great show. Coach and other brothers that was on earlier, man. Y'all find me right here at Money Brown TV. I'm about to go live on Instagram at money_the_right. If y'all need somewhere to watch the fight, come on over, kick it with your boy. And we got big things coming up, man. Y'all continue to support my brother Keon and everything he do. Y'all know Coach gonna either be right here on Keon's show or on Money Brown TV, so y'all go find him anywhere, everywhere. You feel me? And it's all love, fam.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, little brother.
I appreciate it, Coach. And I seen my man fight got pushed back, Coach. Zerex. I had grabbed 2 T-shirts from him too.
Really?
Yep, his fight got pushed back until January. I think it was something had to do with the weather or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I see you, Southpaw. I see you put hands on them Canelo fans in Cali. Hey,
man, that dude was pretty clown, man.
Hey, Coach, you see dude running down on them motherfuckers in Cali.
Man,
you fucking
Southpaw
773.
Stop.
Nah, I ain't see that. I'm gonna have to go.
Stop promoting that man. Stop promoting that man putting his hands on women and fight motherfucking regular kids and shit, man.
Y'all crazy.
That man out there putting his hands on women and shit, man. Stop supporting that shit, bro.
I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just talking about what I saw. I don't know nothing about that. But man, anyway, like I said, it was a good ass show, man. Hell of a show tonight. Make sure that y'all hit the like button if you didn't smash the like button. And Money Brown, he gonna be showing the fights over on his channel. So if y'all need somewhere to watch the fight, go to Money Brown TV. And y'all already know how I do, There you go, talking that boxing again. And I appreciate everybody. Yes, sir. Salute to everybody.
All right, my bro.
All right, bet.